Good evening.
Good evening.
2 out of 3 ain't bad anyway. What we're up to, culture.
Shite fucking bastard. Fucking.
We almost made it 30 seconds.
Guys, it's not Matt's fault. It's my fucking fault.
Well, no, technically, it's not even your fault, G.
Okay, it's OB. No, well, it's not even OBS. It's just Bill Gates. Let's blame him. And blame Canada.
Yep, it's only the Canadians' fault.
Yep.
Anyway, we'll not ask how G is. How are you doing, Matt?
Yeah, I'm all right. My camera work.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
Show off.
You watch it will pack up in a minute.
I hope it does.
That's not been a bad week. It was actually sunny here today. It was quite nice.
Fucking hell. There you go, Sadie.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh.
He's got it working now.
See, if you do the updates, it works.
Shut the fuck up. Fuck. Yes. All of that.
Anyway, you should be happy after we helped you out last night with your mix.
You did. You really did, by the way.
Oh, you should have seen his little face after we sorted him out. Like, ooh.
I was still beaming because I listened to it again this morning and I was like, holy fuck, that sounds so much better.
Yeah, it does sound good.
And I even went back and checked a couple of my other mixes and even they're sounding better now.
Cool.
That's for you, Martin. Fuck's sake, I'm getting abuse for everybody now.
Normal show then, really, isn't it? Abuse.
No, because normally it's you that gets the abuse.
Oh, I'm not used
well,
to
he's had abuse already.
Yeah,
no,
off the
that's
usual
true.
pair of idiots.
Yeah, off the usual suspects. Evening, Bill. Evening, Tyler.
I've got Tyler accusing me of being a fluffer, and if I was going to be a fluffer, it would only be for your mother, Tyler.
He's a fluffer nutter.
He's a nut fluffer.
A nut fluffer.
See, we started off in Liverpool. The only way he's fucking down. Fucking.
Right, let's get this back to normal. Set up my fucking screen now. Fucking surfer. Fucking show. Fucking. Bastard.
If you start seeing smoke, it's either coming out of G's ears or his PC.
Where's my chat going? Where's my fucking chat?
I told you to go, Rob.
Yeah.
Okay, it's back.
And this, folks, is why we fucking get annoyed with OBS.
It's why I don't use OBS.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it's Wednesday. Definitely fucking Wednesday.
It is. They've got a shite football team, but yeah, it's Wednesday.
Yeah. So's Liverpool, apparently.
Allegedly, yep.
Don't know. I don't like football.
Well, they got beat by Newcastle for the Carabao Cup.
Good.
Yep.
Oh, for us old phobies, the League Cup.
Much to my brother-in-law's chagrin. But, yeah.
Oh, I did see something funny today. I went to Homer to do a bit of shopping, and fucking Skoda unmarked police car comes arseholing it down the road, screeches to a stop, the doors burst open, copper gets out, trips over himself and nearly fell in the middle of the road, chasing this lad down the road, right? This lad, I'm not being funny, he was about 5 foot tall and weighed about 7 stone. Another 4 police cars. They must have been bored because another 4 police cars. This one little skinny lad comes walking back. I was like, talk about overkill. How many coppers does it need to arrest this one poor lad?
Why?
He'd shoplifted something.
That's what that is. Overkill just for fucking shoplifting.
It'll have been an 80p can of fucking coke.
Probably nicked something from like Primark or something. Just let him have it for fuck's sake.
Bloody hell, man.
Total overkill. It was comical though. I don't think the copyright.
Well, talking of stuff like that, there were. Well, it's still going, but there used to be this car boat near us on a Wednesday. There used to be a few people selling the dodgy DVDs with all the top 40 albums and whatever you're on and all that sort of thing. Yeah. The MP3s. And it was well known for it. I'm mooching around one day. All of a sudden, there's about 6 fucking cop cars turn up. And you see all these guys just shoot off in different directions and they grabbed hold of one of the lasses that were working. Must have been smallest fucking lad. All lads, they were gone. She got oofed off in back at police car. All this got put in boat. Oh,
fucking hell. Mike steals from Poundland.
Yeah, give them a proper crime to solve, like an armed robbery. They turn up once the people have gone.
Yep.
Ooh, so it could be dangerous.
But
Mike steals from Timu.
No, not Timu. Wish.
Mike steals from AliExpress.
Yeah. Alibaba.
Oh yeah. Well, it's AliExpress here.
Yeah. I say you say anything nasty about the government on online. Oof. There you go. A 2-year stretch from in the gulag.
All I'm going to say is I hope he's building a lot of prisons because he's going to need them.
We're going to be looking in them, especially after the next couple of songs.
Well, the thing is, it makes sense. It costs you a fortune to live outside. You might as well get thrown in prison. 3 square meals a day, bed, accommodation,
bed, entertainment.
No, they provide that themselves.
The government haven't thought about this.
Not saying what it is, but they do that themselves. Let's just say the stage door's the back door.
The tradesman's entrance. I told you it were only going to get worse.
I saw that, Bill. That's fucking... It's disgusting.
Oh. Yeah. But, yeah. So I got the new song uploaded yesterday. So that should be on all the streaming platforms in the next few days. I've ordered the video. Well, yeah. That is that, Martin. So I've recorded the video today, so the video will be up next Wednesday.
I just need to go back and re-record a couple of bits and then do the video.
Yeah, and I've recorded my parts for the video for Lords of the Wrist today.
And hopefully hopefully the vocals on my cover. My next cover's getting done this week.
Cool.
And then I'll be able to get that out.
That should be a good one. When you get them vocals on there.
Yeah. I'll fill it right out because, I mean, it sounds kind of empty at the moment, but it'll be good. Horse and Tesla. You mean the what? The car? I'm not going to say that word, just in case.
Oh, but you don't. We're being watched.
Oh, yeah, well, that.
The CIA are watching us.
CIA, MI5.
Yep.
Any minute, fucking Bodie and Doyle. They're coming through window.
Keep doing that.
No, I ain't yet, Martin. I've been busy doing my own project last few days. But it's good to see he's putting content out now. And his wife sounds as though she's doing a lot better from email he put out earlier today.
It's getting more regular as well, the content, which is good. I never saw the mix stream, but see, that's the problem. See, Suno just get a big, heavy update in the past few months. And the vocal part, which sounded all right, but you could tell it was AI, and it was comprised of, samples of different vocalists put together. Yeah. But now, the vocal part, it's got a lot better and a lot more realistic. And musically, it sounds a lot more realistic, so it's going to get harder and harder for people to tell what's real and what's not, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why, like, the likes of Scott, Bobby, even Glenn will tell you when you're doing anything, don't make it overly. Yeah, when you're recording music, don't make it overly tight and perfect. Because it takes the all humanity right out of it.
Exactly.
And it does sound robotic then,
Yeah. I mean, that is edited to keep it, like Bobby says, keep it in the pocket. Just don't put everything bang on the fucking grid.
Yep. The only thing that I'll ever have bang on the grid is cymbals or hi-hats. Everything else is always slightly off.
Yeah.
Because it sounds a lot more natural and more human.
It does.
Even the velocities, how hard you hit the drum. I'll play it on my keyboard, so it deliberately doesn't sound robotic, and it's pressure sensitive. So depending on how hard I hit that, I'm going to get a harder hit or a softer hit. So
it's same with that MIDI pad I've got.
Yep.
It's touch sensitive. But even just for like I said, demos, where I'll just import sort of pre-made grooves. I'll go in and edit the grooves.
Mm-hmm.
Because I find sometimes some grooves can, even though you can tell that they've been edited, they've gone in and tried to sort of do it like I said, drum fills. They've done the right hand, left hand. Mm. Sometimes it still sounds a bit robotic.
Yep. Even when I'm doing like kicks, I'll make the like what would be the right foot heavier.
Yeah. Yeah, I always
then
do
the
that.
next hit will make ever so slightly less than this one. And then the next hit on the right, because it's just hit, you've got ever so slightly less strength. So I'll deliberately make that less again, and so on and so forth. But just wee things like that make a big difference.
Yeah.
But a computer's not going to recognise that and not going to do it. So
no.
I suppose that's one way to tell if it's Suno or not. If it sounds too perfect, chances are it's AI.
Yeah. Because what I'll also do with bass drums, if in the actual VST, it's got 2 slots for each bass drum. For the non-dominant leg, I'll move the quieter hits onto that for the bass parts.
Oh, music news. Did you see Dave Mustaine's in recording a new Mega Dave album? Yep. Number 17.
I don't think
I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to it. They've got the new official lineup.
Yeah. I'll have a listen to it, see what it's like when it comes out, but I don't think I've really listened to sort of much Megadeth since early 90s. Because I've listened to a couple of albums after sort of 93, 94, and it was like,
Cryptic Writings is a good album. You should have a listen to that, man. That is a really, really good album.
I can't remember which album it was. I think it might have been from around about early 2000s, and it just sounded like fucking elevator music.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the stuff is a bit, even the production on a few of them was just piss poor.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that, because that is they're a breath of fresh air, that band.
Yeah.
And other music news, Joey still hasn't finished his fucking vocals for the Anthrax album.
And Flax.
Fuck's sake. I think that's 8 months now.
Oh, something like that.
The rest of the band, they'd finished within like a couple of months. The whole band had finished tracking in a couple of months. Joey, 8 months.
You're really frustrating that if you wanted to hear the new album, wouldn't it?
Isn't it? Fuck's sake. I was saying to Lee last night, I mean, if he's having that much of a hard time, resign. Or at least fucking just use Melodyne. Yeah. There's no harm in using it. Nobody's going to know the difference.
Oh.
I mean, he's decent enough live nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, it was when we saw him.
So
back in the last year.
He's not having a problem singing live, so just go in, just do what you're meant to do, and then Melodyne it. Stop taking so fucking long.
Everybody uses Melodyne. Or some form of...
love Poppy. I'm sorry, Martin, but I love Poppy. Didn't like her early stuff, but now that she's gone metal, I'm kind of liking it, because she's kind of spirit boxy with a hint of 9 Inch Nails.
I ain't got anything against it, put it that way.
Plus, she ain't bad on the eyes either.
Oh, I'll just go and check it out then.
Hadn't noticed.
Both hands in the air, Matt. Both hands. When saying that. How's it going, D-Dub?
Hey, buddy.
I was too busy checking out these 17 female vocalists in this video.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah.
How fucking good is that, man?
Oh, pretty good, that.
I mean, I listened to some of their other stuff, and it's good. It's all right. But that one track fucking blew me away. What they called? Ikana?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. But Jesus.
There is actually some good new stuff coming out. I've got to be honest, there is.
Oh, I see. Shepherd's Rain, they're fucking awesome.
Oh, they're really good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, we sent Matt down that rabbit hole a few months back.
The new one they just put out.
Ooh. I need to listen to that. I've not listened to the new one yet.
What's it called? Oh, Samoa or something like that.
I mean, I've got to admit, that's a Lee vocalist you're not going to fuck around with.
Not twice.
No.
I kind of agree, Martin, because that's where she kind of started. But the way I look at it is she's got a unique sound, which isn't easy to do, especially, don't take this the wrong way, but especially for female singers. It's really hard to stick out, you know, because a lot of them sound very similar.
Anyway, DW should be happy. He's eventually got his purple Jackson with the upside down headstock as well.
Nice.
He's been after one of them for a couple of years.
Very Scotty.
I told him, be patient, young grasshopper, and eventually it turned up.
I don't know, because I kind of like the kind of electronic elements that she's got in the stuff that she's doing. I like that. Speaking of which, Igor, 26th of September. Sorry, I'll contain myself.
It should be good.
He needs a moment to himself.
Yeah.
In other news in September, Spinal Tap 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I just hope they haven't spoiled it from the,
I can just imagine them. They're going to come on stage with fucking Zimmer frames.
Yeah.
They probably will. Do yourselves a favour. Bill. Go and listen to the track that Poppy done. It's Spirit Box. It's a Spirit Box track, but she came on as a guest vocalist when they were doing it live. It's her and Poppy. Them and Poppy, sorry. And it's really good. And then they done another one with Tatiana from Ginger. And Jesus. I know.
She did what with her?
Tatty would be Tatty if she came to this house.
Potatoes.
Not that Tatty. I'm talking about Tatty as in ragged.
You dirty old man.
Are we half an hour in yet? Am I allowed to? To be crude yet?
We're near enough.
Okay. Wouldn't get off until the neighbours complained about the smell.
Just ask Dennis Nielsen's neighbours.
Tyler, I would welcome it. What a way to go.
Absolutely.
But yeah. No, as I say, I like that sound that Poppy's got. She's kind of, I think she's doing it deliberately. She's trying to get a lot of people that maybe followed her before when she was doing the more poppy stuff, no pun intended, to kind of appreciate the metal side of stuff. Trying to keep those kind of elements, and it does kind of work. As I said, there's some of the stuff she's doing is quite 9 Inch Nails.
Cool. We saw Zach Sabbath a couple of weeks back. That were a good gig. Not sure about the support band, but
I forgot about that. Devon's new one.
The support band would have been.
You know,
At first, it sounded all right because it would, again, a female vocalist, but she was doing the more sort of not quite operatic, but gothic style vocals, if you will. But then it was just like same. Then after that, every fucking song just sounded the same.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. It's tough because I don't know whether it's the producers when they get a female vocalist in a metal band in a studio. I don't know if it's producers that tell them to do it a certain way, but a lot of them end up, I don't know, it's almost like they're trying to sound like Amy Lee until they growl or scream.
Yeah.
You know, but when they actually sing, because, I mean, it's not until you hear the likes of Tatty. Tatty's got her own unique sound.
Yeah.
Courtney LaPlante, you just instantly know it's Courtney when she sings, so it's, you know, it's good to hear them. Poppy, you can tell it's her. So it's good that she's got her own sound.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to New Devon. Definitely.
I can't decide with Devon Townsend whether I like his stuff or not.
Some stuff I don't mind.
There's a lot of the stuff. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I don't like it as much.
Yeah.
As the standout stuff.
I wouldn't say I dislike it. If it was on, I'd listen to it, you know?
Yeah.
What I would love to see him doing and hear again is him collaborating with Anik van Giersbergen again. I really want the two of them to do stuff together again, because him and Anik van Giersbergen singing together is just their voices were born to sing together.
Don't get me wrong.
It's just gorgeous.
There's no doubt Devon Townsend is super, super fucking talented. I mean, he really is.
Guy's a mad genius.
Some of his stuff just doesn't appeal to me for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, he says himself, and I think this is probably why a lot of people are quite polarised with a lot of the stuff. He deliberately tries to do something completely different every time. So that he's not pigeonholing himself. He's challenging himself every time he sits down to do something.
But at least he hasn't gone down the route of 70s prog rock.
Please no, please don't do fucking 70s prog.
8 hour fucking guitar solos and no, stop it. Turns into Rick Wakeman.
Rick Wankman.
Yeah. I'd love to see that man just disappear.
Shouldn't be too long, Matt. God forbid, but shouldn't be too long.
I'm sorry, I don't like that.
But going back to Lord of the Rifts, we've got another debutante, DW. Ooh. He's on it this time.
Nice.
Well, he better be, because he's got the fucking drums.
Awesome.
Oh dear, Darth's arrived. I mean, oh good, Darth's arrived. Sorry.
Evening, Darth. How's it going, dude?
Cheers, dude. Potato. So yeah, if you don't see me for a while, it's because of this. I might end up in a gulag. See, everybody's picking different stuff up. You picked Annihilator up.
Oh, don't give it away. Don't give it away.
No. See how
Yeah, I'm kind of channeling a bit of Jeff Waters.
Yep. I'm channeling a bit of Carcass, especially for the ending part.
As I said, I'm toying with the idea of attempting a kind of solo.
Do we?
Something I've never done, even on bass. Oh.
I told these two. We've got one entry back already. I'm going to tell you who it is.
I know.
You know.
Yeah, that's true. He has synesthesia and he's autistic. Same as Gautier, Sir of Igor.
No, D-Dub.
He's on the spectrum and has synesthesia as well.
D-Dub. He's not Bruce Springsteen. It's loose windscreen.
Loose windscreen.
Booze Wankstein.
It cracks Lisa up every time when I say that.
The boss.
And it's not Guns N' Roses, it's Buns and Toasties.
Yeah.
Bill's a big Springsteen fan.
I'm sorry, Bill. I hope that clears up for you soon.
Yeah. There was a kid I used to work with. Oh, he were absolutely mad on Springsteen. Why?
I just don't get it. I've never liked any of his stuff. It just, even when he's trying to sound happy, he sounds morose.
The one thing I'll say for Springsteen, there's a couple of tracks that his lyrics are good.
Oh yeah, we'll see that. It's a good lyricist. But
if I want morose, I'll go even darker. I'll go Leonard Cohen.
Oh, God.
I'm a big Leonard Cohen fan.
I don't know why I'm fucking decrying people's taste, because, I mean, I love a bit of Simon and Garfunkel, so...
Leonard Cohen, it's the only stuff you put on happy, and by the end of it, you decided that's it. You committed suicide.
Yeah, but Martin, you can get ointment for that these days. Being a Boney fan.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we banned that name.
Apparently not.
The man who says he's Irish and hasn't been back here in about 15 years.
Yeah.
At least.
Well,
the charity
biscuits. Sorry.
Tells everybody else to get the wallets out. Hold on, you're a millionaire. You'll get your wallets out.
Mm-hmm. Give us your fucking money.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was Bob.
Oh, God, yeah.
And
he hasn't lived here for about 25 years either.
Oh, at least. Christ. See, I don't mind concept albums.
Depends.
Yeah.
Says the guy whose first album was a concept album.
Yeah. Seven Son of a Seven Son were a concept album.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Well, most of their albums have been concept albums. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't get the whole Dream Theater thing.
No.
Well, I do. I just can't get the whole James LeBrie thing. And James like,
I mean, even Exhumed did a concept album about Birkenhair. Oh. You get it now. He's got Nicky Six in it.
Again, people fought and died so we could all have taste that differ.
Unfortunately, somebody brought Nicky Six back today. Anyway.
Shame he worked on the coaches instead of Cliff Burton, but there you go.
Yeah.
See, don't get me wrong, Bill. James LeBrie has a fantastic voice. I just don't think it's... Well, Dream Theater fans will disagree, but I just don't think it sits well in a mix with Dream Theater.
He doesn't. I'm a Dream Theater fan, and I can't stand him.
I just don't think his vocals are powerful enough.
Yep.
I just never got into Dream Theater. I don't care.
It's not just his voice, it's the fact that he is such a whining, whinging little fuckwit.
Yeah, but that describes 95% of vocalists.
But again, he is a great lyricist, though.
He is, yeah.
This is probably why they keep him in as well, is because the lyrics he writes fit well. And as I said, he is a great vocalist. So, but I'd love to hear somebody else sing with him just to hear how it would sound.
Yep.
And a band that I'm quite sad that released their debut album and then tried to go on tour, and they cancelled the tour because nobody bought their tickets. And it was a bloody shame because they're a great band, Category 7. It was John Bush and one of the former guitarists, Machine Head. And a group of other guys. I can't remember his name. Phil something, I think his name was.
Phil Lemon.
That's the one. They're an absolutely brilliant band, but nobody gave a fuck about them. A shame. John Bush just doesn't seem to be having any luck at all.
Oh.
Since leaving Anthrax. So Joey, if you're listening, resign. I'm sorry. Yeah. You were amazing back in the day, but you're taking too long.
Yeah,
John Bush has still got it.
It's only because you want the album to come out, that's all.
Well, that and after going back, because I was the first one to hate on John Bush when he first joined. I just thought, no, it's too different. It's way too different. That's not Anthrax anymore. But I went back. I'd stopped listening for a couple of years and then went back.
Yeah. I think that's what a lot
of people re-listened to some of the John Bush stuff, and I was like, it's actually a lot more stronger and more powerful.
Yeah.
More impact, instead of just whining.
You get used to a lead singer, don't you? You really do.
Yeah.
It's the presence as well, but I mean, if you watch a lot of the shows they've done with John Bush, they've got more of a stage presence as well, even with him. And he is far fucking tighter as a vocalist. I don't know. I just wish I really wish they'd have kept the two of them on.
Yeah, that'd have been interesting.
Which is what I thought they were going to do, because when they originally announced Joey was coming back, they done it was like a compilation of covers.
Yeah.
And one of the songs was the Four Tops, Ball of Confusion, a soul song. And I was like, okay. But I listened to it, and it was both Joey and John Bush. And they were doing like a kind of call and response kind of thing. and it was fucking amazing. The two different deliveries really worked well, but yeah, apparently John Bush thought, nope, Joey's back. I need to bow down, which is a shame.
Bill, we just don't mention the Blaze era.
Blaze, babe.
Who? Who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I did catch him once with Blaze. Yeah. It weren't bad, but it just weren't Maiden.
Exactly, Bill.
Yeah. I don't mind. You've still got a load of Exodus fans fucking arguing between fucking Zetro and what's his face? It's like, fucking hell. He's months old news out. Get over it. Fuck's sake.
If it works, though.
Yeah. I said I don't mind Rob Dukes.
I actually prefer Rob. Personally, I think I prefer Rob, but like you say, if it works, no matter who it is, if it works.
Yeah.
I really need to get back and listen to Exodus again. I hadn't listened to them since the 90s.
Oh, you definitely listen to that last album, Persona Non Grata.
Same with Overkill as well.
I never stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, and did you see fucking Slayer? Oh, we're retired now. We're retired. We're never gigging again. Oh, but we'll just do this one wee tour.
Yeah. Yeah, I did look at that. Fucking London and fucking Cardiff. What the fuck?
To be fair, I mean, it is because they're going to be playing the Aussie gig, the Black Sabbath gig.
Sabbath gig. No.
So they've obviously just thought, fuck it, we're all in the same country together, let's do a mini tour.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But
yeah.
It's why a band should never say, that's it. They should just say, that's it, we're taking a hiatus.
Yeah.
An indefinite amount of time hiatus.
Yeah.
We're not officially retired.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what Francis Rossi said when Quo retired for the first time in '84. He said we should have just said we're taking a year out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how many times has Led Zeppelin retired? How many times did Kiss retire?
Yeah,
I wish fucking Kiss would.
There is talk of Led Zeppelin doing a new album.
So I heard that as well.
Yeah.
That was very interesting.
Exactly.
Partially a bit of the Led Zeppelin.
I'm interested, but it worries me. Robert Plant still got it. He's still got it. I'll be interested to see what happens.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to listen to. I was never the biggest fan of Zeppelin. I was always more of a Sabbath fan than a Zeppelin fan.
Oh, why are you talking about Kiss?
Yeah, I think he's after a ban.
Oh,
I think he's after a timeout.
Okay, they didn't retire, but they had retired from gigging. They said that they were retiring from gigging and then came back 3 times.
Yeah.
And are still talking about doing it.
I mean, it's obvious who the drummer's going to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be Jason.
I reckon it probably would be Jason.
Thing is, Martin, every sort of genre or subgenre or whatever you want to call it, they all come back round again.
Yeah, it does.
I reckon it actually makes sense for it to be Jason Bonham back with Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he killed it when they done the...
He did.
You know, the last time he performed with them, he really fucking killed it.
Well, he's been playing Zeppelin songs since he was like 4 or 5 years old. So.
Yep. It just makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so play this. No, Dad, I want to go to sleep.
Look, have another vodka and start playing.
Dad, I've got school in the morning.
I'm tired. Have a line.
He's a little pick-me-up.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of them over here as well, D-Dub. The fact that there's a local Slipknot tribute band called Slipknot.
For fuck's sake. Yeah. They've got a new one out soon.
Yeah.
Not. Apparently they're going back to the very, very old sound.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's, going back to that sort of like between sort of first two albums.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be good.
I liked the first two albums.
I've liked practically everything they've done. And that's another band that I used to hate on as well.
Yeah, I must admit, when Slipknot came out, I was one of them people.
Yep. I just thought, gimmick, talentless gimmick.
And
until I actually listened.
Yeah. 30 years later. Hello.
I suppose, DW, I don't know why DW is stuck in 2000s, but he shouldn't be. But I'm stuck in like that old school thrash era. And...
See, I don't know. I just like what I like.
But then again, I do listen to a lot of other stuff.
As I say, there's a lot of the new stuff that's coming out that I really love.
Oh, I made a mistake yesterday. I transferred all of my Rush SA CDs over onto the computer in DSF format. Okay.
I haven't even heard of DSF format. What the fuck is that?
DSD format.
Nope.
It's basically the highest digital format you can get. It is completely...
Oh, proper lossless.
Proper lossless. 79 gig.
Jesus Christ.
It sounds amazing.
Oh, I bet.
It took 36 hours to convert it over.
I have to agree that the self-titled, definitely. But I think Volume 3 is one of the unsung heroes of Slipknot. Because it's got a bit of old school death metal in there.
I wouldn't say mad, Martin, even though I do have the certificate to prove that. I'd say strange.
Yeah. I resemble that remark.
Weirdo.
Yeah. Hey, we like the weirdos. It's the normal people that scare us.
Normal people.
Almost overrated.
Album out, went on the list, so last time I were on nights, because other three were just pissing me off, right? Music, leave me alone.
That's why, mate. Okay.
Yeah, I listened to Chuck's last album, the Control Denied album. That's a good album. You can definitely tell it's Chuck. We riffs is coming our way. Exactly, Martin. It's overrated as well. I tried it for 30 seconds once. Fucking hell, scariest time of my life.
Terrible.
Speaking of Chuck, is Testament not got a new one coming?
I think
they're writing, yeah. They are.
Thought I saw that.
Mind you, that was last year they were on about it. So I think they're taking it slow with this one.
They usually do it, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it usually when
Not a bad thing.
An album out, yeah, it's good. It's usually really good.
Mind you, I know they have been out touring a lot recently.
Yeah.
I thought that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I do like Testament.
Yeah, because they're writing Exodus, writing at the minute. They said that album's going to be out next year.
And they're touring next year.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of touring as well this year.
Oh, and what about Mastodon?
Oh, yeah. Benella.
Aye, that was a shocker.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was a mutual decision, but then Brandaler turned up with a black eye.
Yeah. Yes, I did. Yeah.
It was musical differences.
Yeah, the old musical differences.
That's what was implied, because apparently your man, was it Troy, that left? It was him, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But apparently he was going Freerider, but apparently he's not a big metal fan, which is strange.
Well, it is with Mastodon, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he's just sick of playing heavy stuff and wants to do a country album. God forbid.
Christ, yeah. You imagine him going down the fucking Dave Vincent route and doing country.
No.
Oh.
What was Dave Vincent actually thinking? Oh,
Christ knows. I mean, I've listened to a couple of them songs. It's like, oh, yeah, Jesus wept.
I don't know.
Made a mistake. We talked about it the other week, and I thought I just need to listen to it, just
to remind yourself how bad it was.
Yeah, the devil made me do it.
Two songs, I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Because even Devil Driver done it.
Yeah,
they done an album of fucking country. I think it was all covers, right enough, but it was mostly covers. But I mean, even
Hooked and Bobby Meter,
it was bad.
Do you know this?
Hate country.
Yeah, plug the potato back in.
No, it's because I took the charger lead out to charge my vapes. Priorities.
Absolutely.
Needs good lighting. I need my vape.
Yeah. Like I said.
Devil Driver have done some fucking good albums.
Oh, yeah, well, I was hoping they were going to be doing something new, but I think it was Dev had an illness of some sort. I don't know what it was.
I'm not sure if it was cancer, actually.
I think it was, actually.
Yeah.
I know he's not been well, has he?
Yeah. I haven't seen any updates recently, but yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be all right. But,
yeah. He's a guy that used to be one of the biggest pricks in metal and then left Coal Chamber and sobered up and turned into a really nice.
Yeah, definitely prefer Devil Driver over Coal Chamber.
Yeah.
Devil Driver, fucking awesome. Love that band. Fury of Our Maker's Hand is one of my top 10 albums.
Yeah, I just couldn't get on with it. I think there's only one song I think I really get on with, but rest of the Coal Chamber stuff, me. Next.
The album they done, the last album they done, Rivals, was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
I think they're actually back in the studio.
I think there's been talk of them doing something again.
Doing something again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he's not been well, has he? No.
Yeah.
I know he's not been well, has he?
Totally agree, D-Dub.
Yep.
Totally.
No, there is a new album coming from Devil Driver.
Is there?
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, 2024, 2025. So,
Oh, brilliant. The illness has probably put the kibosh on it for just now, but
they've called it Dealing with Demons Volume 2.
oh, that's right.
Yeah. So that's
I remember
probably
now.
talking about the drugs and the drink and all the rest
Yep.
of it that's gone on with them lot. That should be a good fucking album, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, Cold Chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pantera Tribute have also said, well, Zach said that they are talking about recording new material, not new as in writing as this lineup, but they're going back. Apparently, one of the old roadies or stage crew has tapes, Dimebag, writing new riffs.
Yeah.
And they're talking about going back and learning some of it and trying to piece together some new shit.
Yeah, I did see that.
And I don't care what anybody says. I think it'd be fucking awesome.
Well, they did it with the Beatles with those songs, didn't they?
Yep. Yeah, but they were shit.
They were. They did sound good, yeah. But
Free as a bird, that was a pile of shit.
It proved it could be done.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, they've got the sound down to a T.
Yeah.
So I don't see the harm because it's still Dimebag's stuff. So it's essentially still Pantera.
Yeah.
Because I mean, let's face it, if one of the lineup, if you've got a band and you're on tour, even Metallica done it. One of the band members is, incapacitated for whatever reason. What do? You get a stand-in.
Yeah, loads of bands.
People still enjoy the gigs, except for Metallica. But
stand-in for Metallica.
But I mean,
guitars and get a drummer.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
1 year.
Their stuff. It's just different people playing it. But at least this lineup has made the effort to sound as close to the original lineup as possible.
Yeah.
So if they do go into the studio, they're going to have that in mind.
Yeah.
Keep it the original sound. Don't do anything new with it.
No.
It will sell, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, aye.
Yeah, it will sell.
Well, yeah, that's true, Bill. Yeah, how can we put you in when it's got Matt in it? Focus.
Doing the focus dance. Could you please fucking swear to God? I'm about to go Amish and give up no fucking technology.
He's going to go all Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Hocus Pocus. Now there's an old school rock band.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah.
Still going.
Yeah. Focus by Hocus Pocus. Oh, fucking hell.
God, that song is fucking nuts.
They're still going as well.
Yeah. So a pentagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. He must be about 150 years old.
I don't think he's aged in Pentagram. I think he's actually, it's when they summoned the devil, I think he's...
Either that or when they're not on tour, they sort of cryogenically freeze him.
He looks like that on stage sometimes.
Well, this is true.
That band and that guy have become so fucking huge just this past couple of months because of that meme.
Yeah.
Everybody is talking about them now.
God.
What they say? All publicity is good publicity.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a band that has done a lot of drugs over the years, that band.
Probably still are.
Yeah, judging by the look of your fella, I would say they still are, yeah.
Yeah.
He's taken a few preservatives over the years.
They're definitely on a few different medications over the years.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I didn't even know they were still going until I saw that meme.
Yeah. Well, did you see that? I put up in Grove the other day. We done up as a muppet with Animal on drums.
Yeah. Well, I was convinced he was dead.
Apparently not, unless one of the band's a necromancer.
Well,
you never know with that band.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, he doesn't look like he's in control of his own body.
But then again, he's been like that since, probably been like that since 70s. Blame Canada.
Even Mike Shreds was talking about him. This whole chat, we're talking about that meme. And Mike says he looks like he's seen God. And still is seeing him. Oh, fuck.
Okay, now, Bill.
I took my first migraine in 11 years. 2 weeks, about a week or two ago. Fucking hellish, man.
Yeah.
Literally slept for 24 hours.
Migraines are fucking evil.
Yeah.
It's just lucky because I sleep in the bedroom at the back of the house, and there's nothing behind there except for a field. So there's no street lights, nothing. So it's pitch black.
Perfect.
And I've got blackout curtains, so whenever I woke up, I was just like, I only woke up just to gauge if the migraine was still there, and I was like, yep, fuck that.
Yep. Right.
Hellish things, man.
Yeah.
It's like what we've been saying. Fucking this current iteration of fucking Labour, they just fucking hate everybody.
Yeah.
The workers, the unemployed, the fucking pensioners, the farmers.
Worse than the Tories everywhere. Yeah. That's what I was saying to you last night. Mental health in this country, the mental health condition overall is about to get tenfold worse than it is.
Yeah.
Because if they start bringing in these cuts and executing the cuts, you're going to see some fucking drastic fucking changes in mental health.
I hate to say it, but you're going to see a lot more suicides.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it.
If I upset anybody by saying it, I apologise, because that is not my intention. It's just the
No, I know, dude. I know. It worries me. It really does worry me. But
that's me, mate. And the government just don't give a flying fuck. They just don't care.
It's nothing to do. How can you increase a work? How can you tell people that are disabled what are you able to work as? What are you able to do work-wise? When there's no fucking jobs out there anyway.
Yeah.
How are you going to create a new workforce for work that isn't there?
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And coming in a couple of weeks, there's going to be even less jobs when national insurance shite kicks off. And those of us that are lucky to be jobs, well, we're fucked.
I honestly think it could trigger a fucking emergency general election, to be honest.
Yeah.
At least that's one thing we've got here. We're lucky that way. Things get really bad. We can basically say, no, don't have any confidence in this government. Fuck yous. General election time. Those, our cousins in America don't have that option right now. They're stuck.
Yeah.
Unless he gets impeached.
I mean, all of the shit with Trump and Putin and all of that. And our idiot in the middle going, it's all right, I'll stick up to you, don't worry, it won't be a nuclear war. Good, great, that's awesome.
I bet he's allowing them to fucking bring even more fucking nuclear weapons here. Yeah. He's allowing them to store even more than they did before. So who are they going to fucking strike at first? God forbid if it ever did reach that stage. They're not going to strike the fucking mainland US. Are they fuck? They're going to hit all their fucking bases first.
Yeah. It's common sense, isn't it? Putin's going to take back USSR. So he's going to come down from Russia, but down into Europe, down through all the way through, and then eventually he'll strike at us and the Scandinavian countries. If it ever gets that far.
Which I don't think it will, to be honest.
I don't think it will.
Because at least that's one saving grace of having that fucking fat orange prick is he's good buddies with fucking Putin and Kim Jong-un.
The three of them are well suited.
Yeah.
Oh, aye.
Because none of them have got fucking any common sense in their heads. Fucking dangerous.
I see Elon Musk is going to the same hairdresser as Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Whereas our Prime Minister just seems to be licking the boots of the fucking World Economic Forum.
Or has anybody actually seen the two of them in the same room together?
No.
Imagine a cabinet meeting and Elon Musk just goes, "Ha ha, it's me!"
Hello.
I wouldn't be shocked off the problem.
See, he got most of his power fucking taken off him. The power that wasn't elected. I was telling Lee last night, they had a big cabinet meeting and Musk was pointing fingers at most of the cabinet saying, you haven't done enough, you haven't done enough, you haven't done enough. And then he got to Marco Rubio and he said, you haven't fired enough people. And he's like, he's field director of the FBI now. And he said, the people we have working for the FBI right now are essential workforce. They are essential workers. What do you want me to do? Bring people out of retirement just so I can fire them? And it erupted into a big major argument. One of the cabinet actually said, who the fuck is this guy anyway, who wasn't even elected to be in office, yet he has a position?
Yeah.
And erupted into a big argument. And then Trump basically said, right, from now on, you don't do anything unless it gets passed through us. So Musk doesn't have carte blanche to just go into any office now and do whatever the fuck he wants.
The issue is, DW, is half of your engineering firms, half of your engineering isn't done in America anymore.
Same with us.
Your engineering is done in fucking China.
Oh, he was reveling though, because apparently there's one of the major computer chip manufacturers, from Korea. Korea, I don't think it was China, but I'm pretty sure it was Korea. One of the biggest manufacturers in computer chips anyway, has decided they're going to set up shop in America, have their flagship headquarters there. So he was in his element, Oh, we're bringing industry back. Are you?
Not really.
Yeah, you're going to bring industry back, but nobody's going to fucking buy it.
You could bring the industry back, but have you got the people in America to actually run the industry?
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently not, because they're all getting fired.
Oh, this is going to sound really cruel, but from what I've seen of certain people experience with things like welding, they're shit in America. They're pretty fucking... There's no real engineering left, like there isn't in the UK now.
Nope.
It's all in places like fucking China. So how Trump thinks he's just... You've got nobody with any experience, nobody with any skills, but it's all right, we're going to bring it back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all very well. Bring it back, but he's placing far too much tariffs and nobody's going to want to buy it.
I mean, the tariffs he's doing are ridiculous.
No.
And Bill, I heard that as well. Melania said he has a small problem. Doesn't look happy, so he definitely has a small problem.
Apparently, Bill Clinton, it's the size of a cigar. Unless it's
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Your nose is as big as your cigar, Bill.
Yep.
A mini cheroot. It's a chipolata.
Chipolata.
No, it's a scary situation they've got going on. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think America is in a worse position than we are.
Yeah, we're not in a great position.
I'm not saying something.
Exporters are starting to pull the supplies going to the US.
Supplies!
And yeah. It could be actually, Martin. It could be. You could be right there. But even that's laughable. Do you know what I mean? Let's just stop support from like deep cool systems, the cooling systems for PCs and whatnot. Let's stop Huawei products because, they're potentially spying on us. Let's put a potential ban on Instagram because it's potentially spyware. But let's bring in Korean industry. They're all right.
Yep.
So you're going to be banning Lenovo PCs as well, obviously.
It's just, I don't know how this guy manages to put his socks on in the morning. It's a wonder from what I've heard, he hasn't managed to hold on to much of his fortune, but it's a wonder he managed to hold on to it for so long as he did.
It's a fucking miracle. That's my point.
He's the definition of a nepo baby.
Yeah, that's my point, EW. I mean, it's nothing against like you as an American, but you've got no skills and you've got no resources in America.
No.
So you can say, "Yep, we're going to do this," all you like, but you're looking at least 10 years to build those skills.
Yeah, and same over here, and that all goes back to fucking last Labour government sending all school leavers to fucking university.
So what they're going to do? They're going to the only people who know about things like engineering are the old farts like me. What am I going to do? End up having to go back and teach people what I used to do?
Fuck you, Martin. He is not. My fucking countryman made that very clear when we painted that on his golf course. Basically telling him, fuck off.
You're not one.
And by the way, Trump, Gaza is not for sale.
I thought he'd retired.
Oh, just fucking... It's just... I said this to you last night, Lee. I mean, it literally is like the script of a really, really bad B movie from Hollywood.
Yeah.
What's going on in America just now?
Yeah. The Blob. Donald is the Blob.
The big orange blob.
But, I mean, I've said this before, but I take my news from various different sources. I'll go to different... I don't just take one news company's, I don't take their view on things for granted. I'll go to quite a few others and make my own mind up. But from what I can gather, his own people are really, even those that voted him in, are starting to turn on him.
Yeah. I mean, Starmer's, most of the Labour government are in this country now. They're turning on Starmer.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
As they should.
PMQs this afternoon, and there were definitely a couple of backbenchers that weren't happy.
I've heard that a lot of the backbenchers aren't happy with him.
Yeah.
You see, I don't
and he's got to worry because that's where the power is in any political party. It's the backbenchers. It's not the front bench. It's the backbenchers.
I don't disagree that there needs to be changes in this country to save money in certain places. I agree. Yeah. I actually agree with him on that. But you're looking in the wrong places.
Yeah.
The first thing to save money on is the amount of people we let into our country.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not what we used to
I said the same thing to you last night, Lee, and I felt bad for saying this, but I can honestly see why there are so many people. I don't agree with it, but I can see why so many people are going to that certain political party's way of thinking now.
Yes.
I really can't blame them, to be honest, because if you're letting people in willy-nilly just to sit in their arse,
you can't.
Do fuck all. It doesn't make sense. If you genuinely are, I mean, if you're escaping a country that's war-torn, fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
I have nothing but sympathy. Nothing but sympathy and empathy for those people, right?
Yeah. Albania is not a war-torn country, so why are we getting a shit from the Albanians?
Exactly. So why are so many getting in with no fucking trade, no profession, no professional expertise? Doesn't make sense. We need to adopt the way that Australia does it. Yeah. Do you have a trade? No. Bye.
Yeah.
There's how to stem the fucking problem.
Yeah.
If you did that,
and also, like we said yesterday, we're all for foreign aid, but we've got to get our own country in order first before we start sending money abroad.
No issue with helping other countries.
And this, I can I remember years ago, I'm talking like mid-2000s to just before I moved over here, there were people talking about, you know, the amount of Eastern Europeans coming into the country. But most of them were coming into the country and they already had a job to go to.
Yeah.
They were paying tax from the moment they fucking stepped off the plane. Didn't see a problem with it because their work ethic is fucking phenomenal. Yeah. But if you're letting people in willy-nilly just to fucking sit in their arse, do fuck all, I'm sorry, but there's something severely wrong.
I mean, instead of having them, we've said this, me and Lisa, instead of having them sitting on their ass in a hotel room for 24 hours a day, actually get them out doing some fucking work to actually pay for the hotels and the food.
And how many don't even fucking speak a word of English?
Yeah.
I would understand, right, as I said before, nothing but sympathy or empathy for people that are genuine asylum seekers. You understand why they had to up sticks and leave and come here without a word of English. That's fair. That is fair. I totally agree. But if you're coming from a place that's getting on fine, and the only reason you're coming here is because you're going to have a better way of life than what you had back there, but you're not speaking a word of English, you're not even willing to fucking learn English. No, I'm sorry.
Because, I mean, if any of us, I forgot who said it years ago, this guy says, well, if I move to, say, somewhere like Vietnam, I'd have to adopt their way of life. Mm-hmm. I'd have to learn their language.
Exactly.
Which you would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I went to, I mean, this is going back years again, went to Italy, right? Went to Rome. Didn't speak a word of Italian. I literally had to rely on my friend who has an Italian passport. She was born in Italy and moved to Glasgow, and she was literally a baby. So she spoke fluent Italian. But whenever we didn't have her with us and we went into anywhere and tried to order anything, you want to have seen a look of disgust. And I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. You're coming to my country. You're not even going to bother learning a word of the language. At least when I used to go to Spain or I passed through France, whatever, I got by. I knew enough to order stuff to not offend people.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're coming here for no reason whatsoever, except I'm better off there than I was back there, but there's no reason for me to up sticks and go there.
Unlike Lisa's mum, unlike Lisa's mum when she was asking for glue in Spain, sticky-o.
I mean, fuck's sake! If you're not even gonna bother learning English, what's the point? You're not. That doesn't say to me that you're willing to fucking adopt a British way of life and you're going to do whatever it takes to get by, and
you're not coming to integrate,
not lag, basically.
You go for the full English attitude in Spain. What you do is you shout very loudly and slowly at the waiters. You ask for bacon and eggs.
For fuck's sake. Oh, you're definitely English, Matt. Fucking hell.
You need a t-shirt with a bulldog on it, with a baseball bat, and then you've got...
I'm offended. I am offended on behalf of Europe.
That is why that a lot of Europe doesn't like us, because of that. I know. I mean, I used to go... that,
Northern Ireland isn't much better.
We used to go to
on holiday, I mean.
And we used to go to like Palermo, Sicily, because that's where a lot of our family are from. So I'm lucky I can speak quite a bit of that. Yeah, I'm half Irish, half Sicilian.
Fuck, right. Remind me to never fuck you off, Matt.
It's a great combination when you tell people that. People go, so you got a temper.
I didn't know that about you, but you just became more sinister in my eyes.
You know, the only person I've ever been scared of in my entire life was my nan. She was 4
I can
foot
believe
seven,
it.
4'7" and Sicilian.
Yeah.
God, she was a scary woman.
Italian matriarchs are a thing to be scared of. They are to be feared.
You know, you have the shillelagh in Ireland. The old shillelagh is the art of the fighting stick with a shillelagh. I swear Italian Sicilian women have like the art of using a tablespoon, a wooden spoon. They're lethal with them.
Rolling pin.
The amount of times I got clogged on the head with a fucking wooden spoon as a kid was unbelievable.
So that explains the fetish.
Oh no, that's something completely different, that is. I got nothing against like for what we term as foreign people, because without them we wouldn't have a country the way we've got it.
No.
So to these idiots who sit out there and go, I'm Saxon English. No, you're not. You twat. You're not completely English. Nobody is.
Nobody is. Fucking hell, we've been invaded by fucking...
Listen,
you've got
we all fucking came from hot-ass Africa.
Originally, yes.
Fucking hell, we've been invaded by fucking French, fucking Nordic, Spanish.
Yep. It's something I would love to do, actually, is one of those DNA tests to see what's in your blood, because, obviously being Scottish, I know there's Irish in there and English because my gran was from Portsmouth, but I know there's got to be Nordic in there somewhere.
Oh, I know. I'm part Scottish because my grandmother on my mum's side, she were originally from Glasgow. Funny enough, she were only about 4'7" and all.
Well, because thing is, like, Largs is on the west coast of Scotland. It's what feeds into their side of the country is what feeds into the Clyde, the River Clyde. So all along the Clyde, going to Clydebank, Glasgow, that's where a lot of the Nordics would have fucking settled. So I'm like 90% certain there's Nordic in my family somewhere.
There's a lot of Irish, of course, went over and for like building and stuff in Scotland in the old days. Well, the Forth Road Bridge,
I'm definitely Irish because my maternal grandmother's dad's family was from Ireland. Down south, I don't mean northern, like the proper Irish. So I know there's definitely Irish in there. I don't go about saying I'm Irish though.
Oh, God.
Even though I'm living here.
He's just a potato.
I was born in Scotland. I am Scottish.
The St. Paddy's Day celebrations.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Or as Americans call it, St. Patty's Day.
It's not Patty. It's Paddy.
Yeah.
You fucking thick bastard.
Short for Podrig. Paddy.
Like, you get all these people celebrating that, and it's like, you live in fucking middle of wherever, whether it be US or England or where. Why the fuck are you celebrating fucking St. Patrick's Day, for fuck's sake?
What river was it? Was it the Hudson? They turned green.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was. Did you see the meme? It was fish waking up in the Hudson on St. Paddy's Day, and it was just a guy's face like that, but it had been basically the whole thing was green, like that. Not that there's any fish in the Hudson anyway, because it's fucking drastically polluted. But
like I said to DW, I don't get involved in that stuff. I fucking drink Guinness all year round anyway.
At the end of the day, really, you should only be celebrating St. Patrick's Day if you're a Catholic as well.
Yeah.
This is true.
It's a
saint. One of the saints, which is, and like you said, yeah, it's a Catholic saint as well.
If you just want to go out and have a drink because you want to go out and have a drink, then fine. You don't need a fucking holiday to do it.
You don't need to create an event. It's a day that ends in Y.
Exactly, Dido.
Hey. Sláinte. That's a good lineage there, D-Dub. That is a good lineage.
The Gulf of DW. Well, it's been called everything else.
It's the Gulf of America. Gulf of America.
No, it's the Gulf of fucking Slayer. And it's not the North Sea, it's the Yorkshire Sea.
You went all robotic there for a second.
Really? I've not touched out.
Martin, your family helped take Ireland and then you gave it back. You thought better of it.
That's one thing I'm not looking forward to. Fucking hate that time of year. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in Turkey. Yes, I'm going to miss the walks.
Oh, the orange band.
Yep. Because my house is literally on a main road.
I upset somebody last year with that because I turned around and said, I think it should be banned.
We banned them in my hometown.
Because I said, you're celebrating. I said, what you're celebrating is winning over the Catholics. The Catholics celebrate some. I said, so you're just bringing back all the old shit. I said, just let it go. Leave it. If you want to have a piss up and a party, fine, have a piss up and a party.
Yeah. Just have a piss up and a party.
Just let the old stuff be old stuff. Just let it go.
Being from the surrounding area of Glasgow, I had to put up with a shit ton of sectarianism. Told you guys before, on a daily basis. I went to a non-denominational school. It was the only non-denominational school in my town.
Yeah.
To get from my school back to my house, I had to cross paths with the Catholic school. Every day, and I mean every day until I left that school and to go to high school, I would get a dig in the stomach unless my mates were with me, because I was friends with a lot of the yobs. They would stick up for me, but that was a thing that we had to put up with all the fucking time, is you proddy or Catholic, and didn't matter what answer you gave, you got a kicking anyway. That was the whole Rangers and Celtic thing as well. Yeah. If you're a Celtic fan, you were Catholic. Even although Celtic stepped away from the whole religion thing, as did Rangers, by signing Mo Johnston, who was both Catholic and a former Celtic player. They were the first of the two big teams to do that in Scotland. Because before then, if you were Catholic, you could not play for you couldn't play for Rangers. And vice versa, if you were Protestant, you couldn't play for Celtic until they changed that. Yeah. So, but the thing is, everybody that was fighting over that, and still this to this day, I've always said one thing: do they go to church on a Sunday?
Exactly.
No. Who gives a fuck then? And this is the whole thing with the walks. Half of they fucking cunts don't even fucking go to the church. Oh. So what the fuck are they bothering for? Nothing but tribalism.
Of course it is.
It's just a good excuse to cause a lot of noise, a lot of racket, cause disruptions, and it's pathetic.
Beliefs are a personal thing and should remain personal. Should not be a fucking mass tribal thing that people agree on, because it's your belief. You believe, not I believe what everybody else says.
I mean, I haven't got an issue with anybody over here. I just stay away from any of the religious shit.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Guildford is pretty much 50-50, so everybody gets along perfectly well. Nobody has any issues with that whatsoever.
It's like asked me what religion I want. I says, I ain't got one. I don't need one.
Me either.
Why do I? I mean, all right. If somebody has got a religion and they've got a faith, be it Christian or whatever, be it satanic, I don't care. Right? You do what you do. That's
totally
cool. Hey,
absolutely, D-Dub.
I'll talk about it with you. I'll talk about it quite happily.
Hey, at least we Satanism. We have some good fucking riffs.
Exactly.
I mean, there's my gran and granda on my mum's side, right? My nana and papa, right? That's what we call them, nana and papa. We didn't know until we were. I was in my late teens before I found out they were deeply religious. Didn't go to church, but they did read their Bibles. My papa was a Mason. My nana was in the Order of the Eastern Star. And in order to, back then, I don't think it's much the same nowadays, but back then, back in their days, you had to be Protestant. You had to be, or whatever it is. But anyway, they were deeply religious, but they never talked to us about that because it was their beliefs. They obviously talked to each other about it because they were both pretty much in the same order, because Freemasons, Order of the Eastern Star, that's the same except male-female versions.
Yeah.
But they never once talked to us about it because it was their beliefs. They didn't want it to affect us, didn't want us to follow their way of life just for the sake of it. And they taught my mum, both my uncles and my auntie the same thing. They never even were raised in a certain religion. They allowed them to make their own choices, and in doing so, my mum done the same with us. My dad wanted me raised as Protestant, right enough. He was a bigot, right enough. Prick. Satan. Anyway, yeah, I'm the son of Satan, by the way. But anyway,
you should be. You should to make their own choice.
Yeah, because I remember there was a phase in late teens, early 20s. I wanted to be
even listening to all that satanic music.
I wanted to be Buddhist in my late teens, early 20s, and my mum was like, "If that's what you want to do, good on you." I'm like, okay. Never did, obviously, but and I've had many friends of different religions. My ex-girlfriend's Mormon, probably still is. Two of my good friends were Mormon leaders.
Mm-hmm.
I've had freaking Jewish friends, also Muslim, whatever, and we've talked about it. I've talked about their beliefs, and I remember my mate getting into a big argument with my mate Dave because he was Jehovah's Witness, and the issue came up about the Jehovah's belief. You know, we don't go to doctors, whatever. We don't get any surgery. Don't take stimulants. Don't take medicine, because if it's God's plan, that's it. And my mate Bill confronted him about it, and he went, right, so you're Jehovah's, right? You give, what is it, a third of your wages to the church for what? To build a big fucking extravagant building just so you can sit there for an hour on a Sunday? And he's like, yep, but that's what I want to do. And I'm like, that's fair enough. If that's what you want to do, fair enough. And he went, what about if your kid gets ill though? What if she's like dying of cancer? My mate Bill was just totally brutal at that, brutally honest. Love him for that though. You always know where you stand with somebody like that. Brutally honest. And he went, what if your daughter's dying of cancer? And he went, if that's God's plan, I won't take her to hospital. And he went, you're a fucking sick cunt, get out. Chucked him out of his house. Chucked him out of his house. Sorry, I went all Glaswegian there because I'm talking about back home.
I have subtitles.
He swung him out.
Yeah, he threw him out of his premises.
Yeah. By order of the boot.
Yeah.
You notice how arguments are always caused by fucking religion. Always.
Yeah. Well, like a kid, I used to, well, kid, you know.
I agree,
about 20 years older than me. But anyway, guy I used to know, unfortunately, he passed away a few years back, but he was your typical Yorkshire miner. And he was same again, he weren't religious, but I think his brother-in-law, he were Jehovah. Obviously, he knew not, when they were going around knocking on people's doors, he knew not to go to his house. But this one day, he got this new kid with him, and he went to my mate's house, and his mate went, you don't want to go there. No, it's fine. No, you really don't want to go there. My mate fucking got him talking on fucking half an hour later. He was still got him.
Fuck. But no, as I said there, that was always my view. I did say that to my mate Dave. I was like, but do you not think that maybe we were given the abilities that we have now as far as technology and even medical technology to be able to use it? Do you not think that was given to us by your God?
Yeah. So
why not use it?
Exactly.
But no. It's up to the maker.
Don't we all, Martin?
I often pray to Arthur.
Arthur Brown? Yeah, yep. He is the god of hellfire.
He is.
The amazing Arthur Brown. Get it right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He certainly is amazing. Bless him.
Oh, fucking hell. How was he still fucking going?
But no, I mean, it's like I said, belief's belief.
Yeah.
It's subjective, not objective. It's subjective. So it shouldn't be a mass thought, a mass belief.
No, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
The root of all evil.
I have got that T-shirt somewhere, that Slayer shirt.
Sorry, ran over.
Like I said, Bill's going back to his youth with shrooms.
Like I said, that's just one thing that I had to put up with as a kid, like for 7 years of my life, was sectarianism. That's why I don't follow football now. That's why I started liking basketball. There was none of that there.
The good thing in Ireland nowadays is it's very little of that left.
Yeah. Still heavy in Belfast, right enough, but
yeah,
always will.
Not in the city centre, but the further out you get, it's
you get
still really rife.
Where G is, where I am, you get out sort of the farm. Some of the farmers go to they'll go to church on a Sunday, followed by coming out the church, going down the road and straight into the pub.
Yeah. True story. I mean, most of the folk over here they're past all that now and they just want to get on with their lives because they've been through all the shit. They've literally been through the ringer and they want to forget about it now.
Hey, this is why I like watching Rugby League. You just watch them kicking 7 bells of shit after each other instead.
Yep. You've been watching the Six Nations?
No.
Oh, it's been good, man. It's been good. You could not predict the fucking results.
That's good to go like about rugby. Referee will just stand there while they're scrapping away, and then just go, right, you 10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, fucking great punch. Will you two pack it in? All right.
I just love it because there's none of this, he blew on me. Oh, I'm dying. The guys literally get beaten senseless, and they just get back up, literally dust themselves off and get on with it.
Yeah. Well, it was I think it was Cal Crutchlow had an airline fracture in his shin, and then carried on racing the day after. Yeah, he had a crash. I think it was in French Grand Prix a few years back.
I was at
Cadwell. Big crash. Airline fracture and still race next day.
You're saying about Cal? I was at Cadwell at the top of the mountain, right? Where it comes up over the mountain. I was there when Cal came off the other side of that and twisted his leg, so his foot ended up facing backwards.
Well, that Cal, what's his name? No, it weren't Cal. It were go on.
It's going to come to me. It'll come to me. But when he had that accident, and he tried standing up after that.
I remember. I weren't there at Cadwell, but I did see it on telly.
He was racing 6 weeks later.
Yeah.
Well, look at is it Robert Kubica? Robert Kubica, the Polish Formula One driver.
Oh, fucking hell! Yeah.
He fucking had the big massive fucking crash. Lost. He was partially paralysed down his whole left side.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Partially paralysed in his whole left hand side. Came back like a couple of years later. Still raced.
Yeah.
Still diminished. Like totally diminished sensation and feeling in his left side. Well, Roman Grosjean set a light. Yeah. Still wants to come back.
Yeah, Dub. If you have a look on YouTube, Leon Camier, Cadwell Park, you'll see that. You'll see his legs just dangling like that.
It was fucking horrendous.
2 years later, it was BSB champion.
There's
I've seen that as well, Bill.
Yeah.
Yep. There was. I can't even remember what game it was, but I mean it happens all the time as well. But there was a game I was watching, and just like Bill said, there was a guy. Don't know what had happened, but basically he broke like these 3 fingers, and he went off. And I mean, you could tell they were fucked. Literally went off, taped them up, came back on, played the rest of the game.
Yeah.
If that was a footballer, Christ, he'd be signing his will and testament.
Yeah. Well, he were on like fucking Terry Butcher a few years back, fucking blood pouring out of his fucking forehead.
Terry Butcher, the best captain that Rangers ever had. That was a Rangers game that he done that.
No, it wasn't.
Was it England?
England, I think it were Hungary, if I remember rightly, they were playing against.
All right, he came back with the bandage. He came back with the bandage for Rangers. That's what it was. I remember that because the blood was streaming in his face.
Yeah,
not many fucking players like that left at all.
No,
there's a few that do just get on with it. You know.
The thing is, DW, right? You're saying about rugby and how you prefer it, and it's more brutal, which it is. The difference is because American football, you've got all that padding. They don't care so much about hitting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Rugby players do care about hitting each other. They still do. But
they just do it though.
Yeah. But I mean, I used to play rugby, and the amount of injuries that I've had from playing rugby years ago was fucking unbelievable. Mainly
I think that's why my knees are knackered these days, play fucking rugby at school.
all my fingers, both thumbs I've done, my wrist, elbow, dislocations to both shoulders, collarbones. I've done all that. It just...
Yeah. See, I weren't that daft. I stopped on fucking wing out at way.
I've always been stupid.
Yeah.
And then I got into bikes and did myself even more damage.
Yeah. You thought you were Superman flying over 3 walls. Whee!
Do you know that's one thing I've never done is break a bone?
No.
Not once.
Even when I got knocked off at bike, I didn't break a bone.
Same, because I was fucking fearless on a BMX. It's a wonder I never broke a bone. I was just stupid on a BMX.
Yeah, even when that guy in a fucking escort van pulled across me and I went flying across his bonnet and still didn't wreck out.
We used to have it was an area, Faithfully, where I was raised, right? Faithfully is like a little suburb of Clydebank. And it was an area called, what we called the complex, and it was like a really, really old looking bit of undeveloped land that they stuck a few pathways on and a few sets of stairs to get up to one of the housing estates as a shortcut. Otherwise, you would have to go right round this whole area because it was undeveloped and rocky. But the stairs, I mean, you're talking, the height of this place was about 40, 45 feet. So you've got all these stairs going down, back down to ground level. I used to just fucking get down it on my bike, no bother. But this one time, like, I don't know what had happened, like fucking stone caught in the wheel and the fork or something like that. I don't know what had happened, but I went over the handlebars. But before I did, the square bit where the Allen nuts go in to hold the handlebars onto the fork, that went right into my chest, and my ribs were caught by the handlebars. Went over, and this was fairly near the top of the stairs, so I went right down all those stairs, ragdolled, get back up, straight on the bike again. Never broke a bone. I don't know how the fuck I managed it.
You want to be careful there, Martin, playing rugby at the age of 40, mate. You'll get into that age where it's going to start hurting.
Yeah. From 40 onwards, everything hurts.
Yeah.
Even areas you didn't know could get sore.
I mean, a few years back, bass player in my old band, his dad used to be involved in Barnsley Rugby Union Club. And this was before they became a proper club and got enough players. And there were short of players one week, and he asked me if I wanted to play. I was 29 at times, like, no, I'm not interested. Plus, I've never played union. I've always played league.
I don't want to die.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know what it is with America and not like. I think there is a few people in America now play rugby, isn't there?
Yeah. Both colds, yeah. Both colds as well.
I think Americans are almost scared of it, aren't they? Oh, fucking hell, core, on your core. Fucking hell. Ooh.
Well, it serves you fucking right. You should know better at 40.
You should know better, Martin. Well, you will in the morning.
Yeah. You get out of bed. Oh! I used to be like that fucking morning after kickboxing.
When you kind of have to roll yourself out about it.
Yeah.
And you hear from the front room, what's up with you? Nothing there.
That was it. After every session when I used to do kickboxing, that was it. Hot bath, fucking Radox. Oh.
The trouble is, by the time you come to get out, you've seized up.
Yeah. I did, because I used to fall asleep because water was that warm.
Oh, Jesus, my back teeth were floating.
Was that a number one or a number two?
Oh, that was number one.
Oh.
That would have been a very quick number two. That would have been a drastic evacuation. Just fucking. And
Bill
done.
was a hooker. It's no good saying not that type of hooker, Bill. We know what type of hooker you were.
Yeah.
I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go.
Well, we know what you get up to on your days off, Bill. You don't have to tell everybody.
He's going to get a bit of extra business.
Well, pension's just not cutting it these days.
Well, $20 is $20.
Absolutely. Okay, now look ahead on that.
Too much head. said no guy ever.
You get a flake in that.
This is why I'm not a barman.
Yeah.
You could work in a temple bar with skills like that, mate.
Fuck.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh,
I remember going to the Temple Bar in Temple Bar, ordering a pint, nearly fucking spewed. And how much?
I swear that's all they ever hear there. That when they gave you a pint,
Yeah,
because their prices are fucking ridiculous.
and this was back in like 2011 as well.
If you come out of the Temple Bar and go round down the road a bit and round the corner, there's a really good pub around there. I can't think of the name of it now.
I found Dublin city centre in general was just really expensive because I remember going to it was a pub. Just wasn't anything special. It was just like a normal pub. Yes, it had a beer garden upstairs, but it wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
And Copperberg had just come out not long. So me and the ex were quite into the Copperberg because it was new, you know. So I went to order 2 bottles of Copperberg. You can buy them in the shops for like about a couple of £1 at the most each. I remember giving the guy a €20 note.
Yeah.
2 bottles of Copperberg. That was all. I get about €3 back.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I was like, mate, it was just 2. It was just 2 Copperberg. And he's like, yeah. And he went, there's your receipt. And I'm like, what the fuck? It was like near fucking €7 or €8 fucking per bottle.
Well, I know they had over St. Paddy's Day, they had an offer on Guinness in there. And it was £8.99 a pint.
Fuck hell. I'm sorry, but at that price, I want them to fillet me as well.
I would refuse. Oh, sorry. I'm not being a tight bastard, but no, sorry.
Yeah.
Not wanting to go anywhere else. I mean, I can go to my local pub. It's about £4 a pint in there, which is probably about average.
To be fair, Martin, it is an acquired taste. I couldn't drink it all the time, to be honest. I like it, but I couldn't drink it all the time.
Guinness is definitely, you either like it or you don't. There isn't an in between.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the Marmite of alcohol.
If you don't like it, you don't like it. Nobody's going to fucking criticise anyone for that.
There's a video we were watching earlier. She's called Sarah's Graveyard. She does a lot of graveyard walks and then just walks about. Video we watched earlier, I think it's a year old, but it was about two brothers from Barnsley. And there was a documentary done about them in the 80s when council compulsory purchased the house. I'm going to clip a couple of clips from this video because I mean, back, you're talking sort of 84, 85, and these guys were in the 70s then. I'm going to send it to D-Dub and Scott to see if they can understand what they're saying. Because they have got proper fucking old-fashioned Yorkshire accents.
Oh.
That or cheddar country. Fucking yard.
Yeah.
Oh, well, some of them.
Yeah, I think our brothers were called. Yeah, our brothers. They were disgusted.
Jameson's.
Jameson's.
That goes down way too easy. It's dangerous stuff.
Yeah, I try and avoid Jameson's because I know if I open a bottle of Jameson's,
it's too smooth. I never thought I would ever say. Nice. I honestly never thought I would say that about any whiskey, but it is too smooth.
Jameson's it's so caramel.
Evening. Now you've had to do with emergencies.
It was like the fiery pits of hell in my mother's house. It wasn't bad enough that she has the heating on full blast all the time. She had to keep the heating on because my dad were on floor. So
yeah.
Ended up ringing for help.
Right.
Because I couldn't get him up. He'd no strength in his legs at all to help himself. And they've got a right piece of kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pumpy uppy chair.
Oh, I want one of them for getting out of bed.
You can push it underneath him and just sit him up, right? And
yeah.
And he just lifts them. I'm like, I want one of them.
Yep.
That's ideal for when we've been at the pub.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they were pretty quick at turning up, and he's now laid in bed. Morning that he's not able to go anywhere or do anything because his legs won't work.
This just fell over and banged his head.
Well, we don't actually know if he's banged his head. He's not got any obvious signs of concussion, but he says he didn't bang his head. My mum says he did.
End of day, he's fucking 80. Going on 81.
We soon know in the next few days if he did, though.
Yeah.
Showing signs.
I'm just worried that if he's losing, I mean, he's got a lot of things that could make him lose strength in his legs.
Well, yeah.
There's been one. But I'm just worried that he's had all these procedures done in hospital because he's had 2 operations within last month and a stent removed.
Yep.
And I'm just worried that it might be sepsis that's making him weak.
I mean,
possibly.
So I told my mum to keep an eye on him. I'll keep my phone on all night. But if he starts going floppy and speaking gibberish, then phone the ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
No questions asked, just phone the ambulance.
I do that on a daily basis.
Not like you know, no. You do speak gibberish on a daily basis, but not like you've got sepsis, you know.
Jesus Christ, Bill.
He was laid out on the floor in his cell and frightened of falling. Well, where are you going to fall to? You're on the floor. I'm at. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not right.
That's confusion.
Mm-hmm.
So, just have to keep an eye on him.
I've just told D-Dub that I'm going to clip them. Clip the Harrison Brothers video and send it to him.
I'm from Yorkshire, and even I struggle to understand.
They must have been in the 70s, even back in 80s.
Yeah, easily 70s. That was when people spoke proper Yorkshire. Before we started mingling and mixing and working in call centres to people down south, and that were proper Yorkshire accent.
Yeah.
We're great.
I was the same, because I used to have the thickest fucking Glaswegian accent. You could not understand a word I said until I started getting into customer service, and then I had to, because I get called posh.
Yeah.
When I first started doing YouTube, there was a Scotsman come into one of my chats, and he's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, I was born in Glasgow," and he went, "You're awful posh." I was like, "What?" I went, "I've slowed down, that's all."
You've got to speak to a worldwide audience that's got to try and understand.
If I talk the way I would normally back home to my mates, there's no chance you're understanding a word. You might hear the odd word that you get. You're not going to be able to make any sense of the syntax, though.
No.
Oh, you didn't see these earlier, did you, G? G were having problems with his camera earlier. G and technology this week are not working. So
past 2 weeks.
Yeah. So my dad's been messing about on the 3D printer again.
Oh, nice.
And then
stick that on the Marshall.
Absolutely. And then Matt's rather jealous of this one.
Yes, well, I'm rather jealous of this one.
Ooh.
Done a really nice job on that.
Yeah.
Really has.
Nice. Oh, speaking of which, I get my Jenny prints today.
Nice.
Through in the post. I won one of her.
Yeah, you're waiting on your second t-shirt
from our stream, our birthday stream.
See you later, buddy. Sleep well.
Oh, I didn't win out on a stream.
Yeah, I got the Beetlejuice sandworm, but she sent me a load of stickers as well.
Well, she's been too busy posting pictures up and letting Irish have a good have a good tug.
Yeah.
Yeah. You noticed Irish having a good perv, did you, as well?
See, it's not it's Peter He's deed. He was at 90. There you go. Peter Jackie's deed, he was at an empty. That's the way I would normally speak, or used to, back home.
Back in good old days.
Mm-hmm. It's like
water.
When we went to the expo last year, and sitting at the tables at the front of the Prem.
Yeah.
And Vic came over. So, of course, soon I didn't even mean it, but as soon as he came over, it was just something in the brain just clicked, talking to Scotsman. And it just happened. And everybody, I noticed Jenny and Nick looking at each other, what?
I can just imagine Nick just boom.
Jenny's got some need to talk because she does exactly the same.
I know.
Like her accent just goes completely Scouse.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They do that,
don't they?
Doddy-dog.
Hey. I'm going to go and chill out downstairs.
Okay.
See you later, Lisa. Yeah.
So yeah, he's been having another play on on printer this week.
Nice.
He's also been messing about with different strap locks. Got a couple to try out. I've not a chance to try them out yet, see if they work.
I'm never bothered with strap locks, but see that's one thing I was really impressed with. See that Warwick?
Yeah,
I mean, that's the budget Warwick. All right, it was still $1,000, like to buy brand new, but even it comes stock with their own strap lock.
Yeah, well that Jackson that did as well.
It's nuts.
And that lovely purple Charbel. Got strap locks on it.
Love that thing, man.
It's rather nice. Well, it's like DW, it's Mexican.
Nice.
Fucking plays awesome. Still good for my style of play, but fuck you, I've got it. Well, I know that, D-Dub. Look, you're our mate. We don't give him monkeys. You're into some good music.
And I'm saying it again, by the way, to anybody that's currently watching or maybe watching the upload later. I'm open for collaborations. Okay?
Absolutely.
Nobody's fucking biting. I'm dying to fucking record some stuff with people and nobody's wanting to record it.
We're definitely going to have to collab on something.
Absolutely we are.
Yeah. We'll have to start working some riff ideas out.
Bass. I'm open to playing bass on anything. I'll do rhythm guitar, but I'm kind of limited to what I can do with guitar.
Oh, see, I can do guitars and then you can do bass.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Absolutely.
I need a new subject for the lyrical thing.
Yeah, Matt's doing the lyrics.
I need another subject to go down.
Yeah. Well, we've got 2 or 3 going around at the minute.
It's weird how I can't just write lyrics like I just when I should. I have to be in the right mood.
See, when I was doing vocals for the last band, like the guys would have the riffs all written and we'd be in the studios and they're like, have you got lyrics yet, G? I'm like, nope. And they're like, well, we need to get this done. And that's when I would go, right. And I'd have something done within about a half hour.
Yeah. It just comes out. It's just.
I prefer to do that, to just do it on the spot instead of having to sit there racking my brains, because I know I need to. It's not until I
try to rack my brains, nothing happens. It just goes.
Yeah, I'm same. I've heard time. I'll just be sat there at work, think, oh, that's a good line, right? And then 20 minutes later, I've got the bare bones of some lyrics here, cool. And then just tied him up later.
I think it's an attention deficit thing with me. But it's not until like I was right down to the wire that I would go, right, okay. And it would actually get done.
Yeah.
Exactly, Martin. I mean, I would say nearly all of the collection I've got is sort of like, if you will, budget mid-range. There's only really one guitar that I've got I would class as expensive.
Well, case in point, until I got that Warwick, the best bass that I ever owned was a Cort.
Yeah. I mean,
it only cost about 390 quid. And it actually played better, sounded better, and lasted longer than a Fender P would ever have lasted. Fender Precision.
Well, I have looked at a couple of court basses because I've got that court 7-string, but then again, I'm not a bass player. So
Nothing but good things to say about court.
Unless I take one of my others into exchange for a court, but I'm happy with 2 basses I've got. I've got that Harley Benton 4-string. That's a good bass. And I've got that Gear for Music 5-string.
See, I've got a Harley Benton 5 there, but it's one of their very, very early line of basses, and it is a nightmare to play.
That one I've got's not bad, but then again, I've had it for about 4 years, and I don't think it was much older than that when I bought it. I got it second hand. And I think I only paid about 90 quid for it second hand.
Fuck. No, that Harley Benton there, the 5-string, is so bad. Yeah. I got it for nothing. My mate that was playing bass for the last band, he was like, "You want this?" I'm like, "I don't particularly need it, but do I want it?" Yeah. I was like, "Why are you getting rid of it?" And he's like, "A piece of shit. Don't like it." I'm like, "You don't want anything for it?" No. He was just like, fucking, he was just desperate to get rid of the thing. I'm like, okay. And then I played it and I'm like, okay. Yeah. I understand.
I mean, are these the best 2 basses out there? Probably not. I mean, that 5-string, I didn't pay a lot of money for that. I did get that new, but there is an electrical problem with it, but it was on the whole batch. Because it's active, you obviously need a battery.
Yep.
But apparently, even when you take the jack plug out, it's still drawing power from the battery.
Oh, that's shit.
Yeah. So I just have to make sure.
So basically, it's parasitic drain on the board.
See, that's what I was going to say, because that's the good thing about that. See, the Warwick, it's active, but you can take the battery out and the pickups will still be passive. It's passive and active.
Yeah.
It's got a passive system in it as well.
Usually, parasitic drain is caused by the actual, your caps and everything.
Yeah.
It's usually caused by the caps. That's what causes parasitic drain.
Hey, Block.
Bro.
That Harley's active as well, the 5-string, but it's fucked. The battery fitting came away from the wires, and they got a new one fitted. But I don't know if I want to bother spending money on the thing, to be honest.
Well, this is it, because that Gear for Music one, which did I pay for that? About 125 quid.
They've got a really nice looking 8-string, by the way.
Nice. And yeah, it's got that fault on it, but it comes with an hard case. So for 125 quid, it was worth it.
See, that's why I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend money on that, because by the time you spend money on buying the part, taking it to somebody to get it fitted,
exactly,
they're going to want to set it up as well, put new strings on it. You're talking the guts of 150 quid at least.
Exactly.
And spend another 50 quid and you could have a brand new one.
You're getting off easily halfway there to getting something else.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry to hear about that, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
Sorry, Block.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that, dude.
Sending love, dude.
Yeah.
Not good.
Oh, it is. But they looked after us when we were kids, so it's only the right thing to do.
Yeah.
None of this fucking putting him in a fucking home. Fuck that.
It doesn't matter how much you prep yourself for it either.
Yeah.
Because I had that with my dad, obviously, when he had cancer, and all that bollocks. I was ready for it. Well, I thought I was ready for it, but
no.
No.
Well, it was like Dave, my dad's operation. They were still trying to fucking put him off. Oh, he says, you know what might happen if he says, yeah, well, it'll either go all right or I'll end up dead. Well, no, you might end up with something wrong with you and ending up in an home. He says, no, he won't. I'll fucking get at work first and look after him.
It just proves the way the fucking government is doing things. They're even getting.
Yeah.
I swear they're getting the NHS and doctors to fucking put people off, mate. I swear.
Oh, they're talking about bringing back institutional care as well.
Yeah.
As a way of taking pressure off the care industry, NHS.
Yeah, never is easy.
Kills me as well because, I mean, I don't know if you heard about this, Matt, but over here in Northern Ireland, right, obviously each year the health services get an allocated budget, right? So the health system as a whole gets a budget.
Yep.
Here in Northern Ireland, the state of the health system over here, right? It's worse than it is over in England and Scotland and Wales, right? So ministers have been saying, oh, we need to save money, and there was one minister that I saw getting interviewed in the news there, and he's like, that's funny, because there was 178 million that wasn't spent. 178 million of the budget was not used. Why don't we use that? If it's there, you fucking use it. That takes some of the pressure off.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the point in fucking giving a budget if you're not going to fucking use it?
Yeah.
Well, the trouble with that is then the next year they think, well, you haven't spent 50 million of that.
Yeah, so they're not going to give you as much the next year.
Exactly. That's why January, February, March, you see all fucking councils doing roadworks.
It's almost like the people in the health system wanted to go private. And to be honest, I don't blame them because they're going to get a lot more money.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
I think they need to get fucking shut at all these fucking diversity managers on 120 grand a year.
Oh, fucking those idiots. Get rid of
and all these hard-working directors.
Yep.
Sitting there doing nothing, getting paid fucking ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah. All you need is one big boss to look after each hospital, right? This department gets this much, blah, blah, blah. It's that fucking matrons running wards again.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. I'm at the age where I remember matrons, and
matron.
Wards were fucking far more efficient.
Absolutely.
And scarier.
Yeah. And they got fucking clean properly as well.
You didn't fuck with the matrons.
That's what I mean, though. Shit get done when the matrons were in charge.
Oh, yeah. No, even the doctors argued with the matrons.
Nowadays, when I was in for the E. coli, I saw people sitting there with a button, sitting pressing.
Yeah.
And I could see the nurse's station. And they were sitting there just having a conversation. They weren't talking about anything. It wasn't like they were sitting looking at charts, or doing paperwork or something like that. They were just sitting there shooting the shit. And it was almost like, right, we'll get to you when we're finished. If you had matrons back, that wouldn't be a thing. They'd be like, fucking get something done, you.
Yeah.
Nice one, Block.
Nice one, dude. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them pictures up on Instagram. Not like a good gig.
I miss playing gigs, man. Just not fit enough.
Well, to me, I do miss it, but I just haven't got fucking time for it these days. Especially
I was
my work.
I was gutted when the band split, but in a way it was a bit of a blessing because I was starting to get a lot more unhealthy.
Yeah.
I just couldn't fucking do it. I was struggling to fucking walk to the fucking bus. Never mind the walk from the bus to the fucking venue or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely had a few interesting gigs.
Oh, I've had some fucking blinders, man.
Oh, yeah.
Really good ones. One of the best ones we've done was, told you guys, talked about it here as well, like punk band called The Briefs from Seattle.
Yeah.
Quite big, but nobody over here had ever heard of them. So like 15 people showed up and they played like they were playing in a fucking stadium. It was immense.
That's when you know
we played really well as well, that gig.
That's when you know it's a proper band. They'll give their all for 15 people or fucking 1,500.
Yep. And they came off and it wasn't like they were like, yeah, it was good, but could have been more people. They came off and they're like, that was fucking brilliant. You know, they were buzzing.
Cool.
Some bands are like that though, aren't they? They just bounce off.
It's the right attitude to have. You're not doing it for the fucking the notice. You're doing it because you love it.
I mean, there's even some, Motorhead was another band like that. They didn't give a fuck how many people they played to. It was the same sort of atmosphere.
That's how I like bands that, even big signed bands, I like hearing them when they do small venues.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it, like they'll just decide, fuck it, man, we'll go and play a pub while they're on tour. That shows that they love what they're doing. Oh, Tone X, love Tone X. Now I know how to fucking use it. Don't process it. Don't over process it. Just fucking do your high, low cut. Done. Noted.
Keep it simple, stupid.
I know. I need that put up in a poster in eye level, just so that I know. Don't process the Tone X sounds. They're already processed.
Leave it alone. Yeah, I need to get into deep dive into my Tone X and then get some video done on it.
It's ridiculous how many uploads there are now, Lee, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just, you can literally find a sound for any genre whatsoever.
Like I was telling you yesterday, that Trident I got as well at Birmingham. That's not a bad bit of kit either, especially for money. Yeah. Like we said, it's not like all these fancy gadgets that's got fucking touchscreen. You don't need a touchscreen.
Yeah. I prefer I was saying to you yesterday, I prefer that look and feel the Tone X, like hard fucking ass buttons. Yeah.
You've got your knobs here to twiddle, right? That's it, leave it, bush.
Yep.
All electronics is going to touchscreens, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sadly, it's just another thing to go wrong because it needs it needs a circuit. Circuits aren't exactly reliable.
Nope.
Yeah, but if you've got like you've got high low pass filters, you've got your bass, mids and lows. It's just a potentiometer. It's just a pot.
That's all you need. That's literally.
If when you're turning it, it's cracking or crackling and all that, like on old amps, audio amps that I use. Pull the front off the amp, take the fucking front off the potentiometer, can the fucking compressed air,
Yep.
spray it through. If it's really bad, and I only have to do it now and again, contact cleaner, a little bit of contact cleaner.
Yeah.
Spray it out, leave it for a few
It gets
hours.
gritty.
Yeah.
Leave it for a few hours to make sure it's dry so you don't short anything out, because I did do that one.
I need to actually do that with my interface, because my interface, the pots have started going really crackly and it cuts out in one ear.
It just wants cleaning out, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of crap in there. 5-minute job.
Yeah. But the Tonex is some bit of kit for the money. It's ridiculously good for the money. And you can actually, and people, like I was saying to you as well, Lee, people have started uploading, for the price of that pedal, sometimes you're paying that for some of the amp profiles online, like your Neuro stuff. It's like about half to 3/4 of the price of the Tonex. People are uploading those onto Tonex's fucking ToneNet now. You can get Pliny's Neuro DSP profile. You get the Gojira X on Tonex. Fucking, you can get anything on there now.
Yeah. That's it. And with pedals like that and the Trident, you'll dial your sound in using the interface on your PC and then just download it onto a pedal.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what the human brain can do. Your brain will just take over. It knows what you want to do, and it'll just...
Yeah.
With everything else you've got going on in your head, which by the sounds of it is a fucking shitload.
Yep.
Yeah. Good old autopilot takes over.
Absolutely.
The brain's a weird and wonderful thing. Does things that you're not even conscious of. Jesus Christ, you've been playing longer than me.
Fucking hell, Glock.
Holy fuck.
That's why the autopilot works well.
Been playing going this April, it'll be 36 years I've been playing bass. I've been playing keys on and off a lot longer, but yeah, you're still ahead of me in that respect.
As bloke, I might get good at it one year.
Don't want to push it, mate.
Oof.
Oh, you always want to push it. Always push your boundaries. That's what I liked about those set of drums. Deliberately, it forced me to really fucking push myself because of the tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we go for something a bit different with drums this time. Might do something a bit different next time. Might go for an 80s style beat next time. Oh yeah.
6505, that was a great amp.
Yeah.
I had the 6505 Plus. Sold it for $350. Wish I'd kept it.
So the only PV amp I've ever had is this Valve King I've got at the minute. That's not a bad amp.
The Valve Kings were good.
Yeah.
They were a staple for a good while.
Yeah. I'm well happy with it, especially with I'm still a base for that. I kind of paid about 80 quid for it.
Pretty sure Glenn was talking about that recently. The Valve King.
Possibly.
Because there was a load of people shitting on it, and he was saying, no, the Valve King was actually a really fucking great amp if you spent the time and actually dialing it in properly.
Yeah.
If you want to see a toxic community online, don't go into the like guitar and amp community. Go into the audiophile community.
Oh, I can imagine, because audio in general is a toxic community.
Fucking God. It is so toxic. It is unbelievable. You've got fanboys of different makes of amps.
Yep.
And it gets so ridiculous. They get so nasty with each other. I go in there I got thrown out of one of the groups because I go in there just to like troll them and just wind them up. And they get so bitchy.
Mm-hmm. No, because that's one of the reasons why I mean, I'm in All of England's Discord, and I used to go in there and put my mixes in, but I gave up, and I'd do the same in Glenfrickers. I gave up because it got to the stage where there was too many people going, oh, this is out of phase and that's out of phase, and I would go, and I didn't know enough about it at the time, and I'd be like, what do you mean by out of phase? And I would never get an answer.
Because they don't half the
You're
time.
Supposed to be giving me. You're supposed to be helping. Yeah. So help. Explain. Explain your reasons for saying what you just said. Then no, they're just going to voice their opinion, and you're supposed to take it and leave it.
They didn't like my opinion because I said to them they were on about speakers and they were on about amp combos and all this music and what you should listen to. You should listen to this record because it sounds the best. No, you listen to a piece of music because you like that piece of music.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You buy a nice setup, a nice amp and speakers and all the rest because you want something so it all sounds nice. So to say that this is the best setup, you can't do it because it comes down to your ears.
Yeah.
And everybody hears differently. And everybody hears frequencies differently.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
See, that's what I was going to say, because, I mean, that was the thing. There was all these people, I mean, I'm kind of generalising, but in all this Discord, there were a lot of people that were just overly critical for the sake of being overly critical.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I dropped out of it.
And yet, any time that I submitted a mix, like one of my riff challenges that he used to do, he still does them, but he doesn't do the videos anymore just now, I don't think. But they were all slating various elements of the mix, and yet I would submit it. About 3 times he reacted, and each time he went, "It's a great mix. Love the bass tone." Yep. So, what? Explain yourselves then.
No.
I don't know. I think people
the original community in Aldous Discord were all right, but then I think about a year later, you got all these new people in, and they were just twats for sake of being twats.
Yeah, and you were bang on, Matt. I mean, it doesn't matter the mix at the end of the day. If the music is good enough, the mix doesn't really matter, and the overall sound quality doesn't matter. Because you go back to like a lot of the old two-tone ska records, you listen to a lot of that stuff, the mixes and the fucking sound quality was shit. Yeah. But the music itself was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, you go back to some of that old stuff, and yeah, you're right. The mix, it was awful. The quality of it was abysmal.
Some of the stuff was in fucking mono, for fuck's sake, and it didn't make a difference.
It's still to this day, and you crank it up and you think, and you end up just sitting there and you're like, that's good. Because it just sounds good. You just enjoy it.
Fucking Sabbath, fuck's sake.
You can get a set of multi-tracks to X number of mixers, and every mix will sound different because we've all got different ears. We're all.
This is what it's like. You know, you put the music up in there, and I'll listen to it and say, "Yeah, I like that. That sounds good." And blah blah, whatever. That's just my ears. To somebody else, it will sound completely different to what I hear, and what somebody else hears. It's
Block. when stuff started becoming overly expensive for no reason except for the name.
Yeah.
That's why you still get all your Gibson fanboys claiming that their guitar's superior just because of the name and the price they paid.
And you've got to have this preamp and you need this fucking delay. And
that's why I still insist to this day I love Fricker, Bobby and Ola, because they don't give a fuck about the names. They don't give a fuck about the names. They just want to, they go by their ears.
Yep.
I mean, Glenn Fricker still insists the best guitar he's ever played was that Gibson SG copy, the Harley Benton.
Yeah.
$250, and it plays better than any guitar that he has in his fucking collection, and he owns Gibsons.
The big one at the minute with the audiophile community is because all the Class D amps are coming out, digital amplifiers. And then you've got all the A, B, B amps, and everybody's bitching, oh, this amp sounds better than this because of this and this and this. And that. So it's like, look, if you want an amp that's powerful, go for Class D, because Class D is more efficient. It's got a far more efficient, so it produces more power. So long as it's neutral, that signal is neutral that's coming out of it, it will be colorized by the music and speakers.
Correct.
It doesn't matter what price the amp is. And some of these guys are spending 30, 40 grand on amps.
Oh, fuck it, easily.
I mean, nutty stuff.
That's one thing that Fricker always says as well. Tone is not in the guitar amp or the guitar. It's in the speakers.
Yeah.
That's what colours your sound, just like you said.
Yeah, big time. To a certain extent, cables do affect it a little bit. But where you have speakers set, what cables, it affects
See, Block, that's the thing though, because the Mexican Fenders, some of them, and I even remember my best friend is a luthier, and even he said Fender for all these years have been a staple and the standard of guitars and basses for decades, nearly a fucking century. They've been the standard, the bar. When it came to their stuff though, you could play the same model made in the same factory, and one might be amazing, the other might be shit. It's the same's true for any fucking factory. Yep. Doesn't matter where or how it's made and what it's made of, the components, whatever. They're all going to be different. They're all going to have their own quirks. So that Mexican jazz bass might be the best bass that he's ever owned, and it might be the best compared to others. But it's subjective as well.
Very. Yeah, very.
I mean, even Gibsons. I've seen Gibsons at like ridiculous prices and people playing them and going, meh.
Yeah.
Because when my mate first started, the luthier, he started working, when he first started working for Guitar, his manager basically said, if you want to take any guitar home to try it, feel free. So he used to have a different guitar every time he came to rehearsals, and he would bring Paul Reed Smiths, fucking Gibsons, Fenders, like all these big name, massive name guitars at least a couple of grand each, and higher sometimes. Yep. And even he would come in and he would go, eh. And he would go back to playing a Yamaha or a Pacifica.
Yeah.
Because it to him sounded better, felt better, played better. So
yeah, it's all down to personal preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I bought that Orange Tiny Terror, when I tried that out at one at guitar shows, the guy gave me a Gibson. Yeah, it was nice, but it weren't any nicer than any other guitars I got.
Yeah. And again, I'll say it again. When I was starting college, I got a good, what do you call it? Can't remember what they call it. It was like your allowance for the year that you were supposed to spend on the course.
Yeah.
But it was a music course, so there was nothing really to spend it on. There was no materials because everything was done in the studio. So I went to Guitar because, as I said, my mate had just started working there. And I went there with the sole intention of buying myself a Fender Precision. It was the bass that I always wanted, like since I started playing bass. And I had enough money to be able to buy one finally. So I went there, went into the shop. My mate brought the Fender Precision in, the best one that he said they had. Brought it in, went into the booth, plugged it in, dialed in my EQ, started playing, and I was like, oh, holy shit. Oh, that's gorgeous. I was like, right, I'll take it. And he's went, before you fucking spend, he's like, just sit there. And I'm like, right, okay. He says, don't touch the amp, don't touch the EQ, just don't touch anything. I'm like, right, okay. So I'm sitting there like that. What's he doing? And he came back in and he went, close your eyes. I'm like, shit, what's he doing? I'm expecting to get like wet willy or something at the very least. I'm like, right, okay. So I'm sitting there with my eyes closed and I felt him putting another bass over me. And he's like, keep your eyes closed and just play and listen. And I'm like, okay. Started playing and I'm like, holy fuck. That is gorgeous, man. And he went, open your eyes, and I opened my eyes and I went, hey. It was my Cort that I ended up buying, my Cort bass. And it was the ugliest shade of tobacco brown. And it was like a knurled body. And I was like, that is bogging. It was like a tobacco burst.
Yeah.
Body and the headstock. The headstock was nice. It was like a pointed headstock. But it was like a Fender P kind of style body. But it was just ugly as sin. And he went, you never judge by your eyes. Listen. He says, just listen. He says, look at it. He says, you've got the same EQ there. He says, and you just fucking had the better reaction than what you did to the Fender. He said, you said that sounded better. And he went, that's cheaper. He says, that's a good 150 quid cheaper. I'm like, fucking hell. Aye, I'll take it. It wasn't until I got it home I looked at the headstock and it was like serendipity. It was meant to be. It said G series. I'm like, what the fuck? But that is the best bass I had ever played, sound wise, feel, just not the look, but just the sound alone was just, it was gorgeous. It could play any genre. I mean, I played predominantly punk and blues, but I had a punk sound, and the tone off of this thing would cut your head off for punk. I could go to the next rehearsal with the blues band and get a really smooth, creamy fucking blues tone from the bass as well. It was so versatile. And it was just way cheaper than a Fender. But again, you look with your eye. Most people buy with their eyes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Instead of just fucking opening their ears and actually shutting their eyes and just fucking listening. See that the Cort basses, Cort guitars in general, not all of them are ugly. I would say they've got a lot of really nice guitars, because there's an 8-string that they've got, and it's really budget, but it's actually really fucking nice. I think it's a fanfret.
Yeah, I think I've got the same one, but in the 7-string.
Yeah, and it looks stunning, man. But it's
really
cheap.
Nice. That is a really nice.
See, they're made by Ibanez. They're made in the same factory.
Yeah.
Or at least they used to be. I don't know if they still are.
It won't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm gutted because that bass, because I was living at my mum's there for that few years, we had a really bad winter, and as luck would have it, the heating packed in, and they kept sending people out, and they never could get to the bottom of the problem. So we went a whole winter with no heating, and it completely fucked that neck beyond all repair. So I ended up having to fucking bin it. Gutted because it was the best bass I'd ever owned.
That shit when that happens.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be, Block.
If that's Indonesia now, Korean.
I mean, it's got to that stage where it doesn't matter where it's made or who it's made by.
Yeah.
You can still get really, really reasonable fucking price stuff that will actually outplay a lot of the fucking big names.
Yeah.
Tone X being one.
Yeah. I mean, you just go back to sort of 70s and 80s. Not everybody were pulling Japanese factories back then, and now everybody's after them.
Yep. Yeah, I'll never forget that. Like playing a Gibson, and then he was playing a Les Paul, Gibson Les Paul, and he went, "That's too fucking heavy, and it sounds like shit." And then he put in his Pacifica Fender copy, and it was in the tone of this thing was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
I really want a Solar, but I'm not going to get one until he does a fan fret bass. I asked him one time in his Discord, I says, when are you doing a fan fret? And he went, let's not talk about that. I'm like, okay. In other words, he gets asked that all the time, and is getting sick of the question.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Like, okay. But he's done a few fan fret guitars now, at least, so I don't imagine it'll be that long before he's doing a bass.
Yeah. I mean, at one point he said he was never going to do a Telecaster shaped guitar. Oh, look, he's got a Telecaster out now.
Yep. Have you seen the Assassin?
Yeah, that does look nice.
Oh.
It's way out of my budget, but hey.
Oh, I had to clean myself after looking at that thing, man.
I got to admit, them two solos I've got, I'm happy with them.
I've heard a couple of people that have played the S by Solar guitars as well, and even they're meant to be really fucking good.
Yeah. I have thought about getting one of them to try out, but it just hasn't happened yet.
They're really reasonably priced as well.
Yeah. I think they're about half a price at normal Solars. Because I know at one point when they first came out, I think originally they were only available in the Brazilian market.
That's right, yeah, because I think that's where they were made.
Yeah.
Brazil, or somewhere in Brazil.
Somewhere like that, yeah.
Somewhere over there anyway.
But then they eventually opened it up worldwide.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good business decision for him, really.
Yep. Remember Aria Pro 2s?
Oh, yeah, I remember them.
They were really nice.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to them?
I don't know. I did see an Aria in local cash converters last week. It weren't a Pro 2, but it were an Aria. And I think that were dirt cheap. But same again, it were one of them fucking horrible fucking sunburst colours.
They used to do a really, really nice... I'm trying to remember what guitar it was. I think it was a Gibson. It was the 355 that had the big F holes.
Yeah.
they done the Aria Pro 2 had a version of it, and it was gorgeous, man. Played really nice.
I know my old bass player, he used to play an Aria bass as well in band.
Mm-hmm. Their stuff was really good for the price.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Kramer's meant to be making a comeback as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Dean as well, they're coming back.
Yeah, they're coming back. Especially after Judge told Gibson to go fuck yourself.
Quite right.
Absolutely.
You can't copyright a fucking shape. For fuck's sake. That's ridiculous.
If you could do that, Fender'd have been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Instead, they just go and buy other companies up.
Kramer done some really nice stuff.
I know they did back in the day.
Mm-hmm. My mate, the lucky bastard, he had an early 80s Kramer, and it was one of the ones Eddie Van Halen used. So he got it all, gave it to my mate to get the EVH paint job.
Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous, man. What did he do with it? Put it on a wall and never played it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Imagine.
He also bought the fucking 5505, the very first one. What did he do with it? Used it as a fucking coffee table. Never played them. They were just status fucking symbols.
Yeah. Well,
fucking dick.
That's it. Same story with that Dimebag guitar. I've got the Dean one. The Dean from Hell. The guy who had it before me, that's all he did with it. Just plunked it up well.
Yep.
No. Is it a fucking guitar that's meant to be played? All guitars are meant to be played.
Jesus. That must have been light as fuck. No neck dive on that.
Nope. There's a guy we watch every now and again that builds guitars. Bill's Guitar Art. I don't know if you've seen any of his stuff. And he made a full guitar out of aluminium. Well, he's done some good. He's done some really oddball stuff like that. He's done one full thing out of aluminium. He did one where the body were a load of skateboards glued together.
Nice.
Another commission he had, somebody he knew owned a coffee shop. So he bought a load of coffee beans and put them in resin.
I've seen stuff like that, yeah. I seen a guy that got coloured pencils.
That's him.
Chopped is that him?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Yeah, and he chopped the tops off so you could just see the colour shining through and encased it in resin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. I don't know what he did. Similar to that. Oh, Lego. He did a Lego guitar as well.
Yeah. But no, you can make them absolutely of anything. Do you remember Stan Tenacious?
Yep.
Made all the mods. I know you'll remember him, Matt, anyway.
Well,
he's getting into
banjo.
Yep, and mandolin, but he's getting into CAD, computer aided design. That's the one.
Yeah.
And
well, he's always done it.
3D printing. Yeah, But he's doing 3D printing now, and he's 3D printed a uke, his own uke.
Cool as fuck.
And he'd been asking me like tips because he was getting like problems with the neck, and I was saying to him the neck was like warping and shit, and I said you need a truss in the inside. Yeah. And so he done that and incorporated it into the design. And then he had to create all these bracings because it's the way he's made it to be modular, so that you can take strings off, just everything clicks together.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-part body, and then the neck comes off away from the body, and you can just pack it away dead easy. So he was trying to. This is the way he was trying to design it, so that it's easy to take anywhere.
It's typical.
And he's done it, and it sounds amazing. He's got it up on his. He put his first post in fucking ages up on
YouTube.
his Instagram, and that's what it was. And YouTube, yeah.
On his YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I miss Stan.
He's gorgeous. He's always in. You should come into Nick's sometimes on the Saturday, because he sometimes pops in.
Because he went through some real bad
He did.
stuff.
He did, and he's totally stepped away from the fucking vape thing now. But no, he still pops into Nick's like every so often. He really is, man.
Exactly, bloke.
Oh, Keith. He'll kill me if he is. He said that.
Do you know who else showed up in Nick's Twitch? Ken.
Jesus.
Vaping with Ken. He's now turned gamer Twitcher.
I know he lost a lot of weight, didn't he, Ken? I mean,
He's looking good, man. He's looking well good.
I'm pleased he is, because he's a nice guy.
He is.
I remember the first time I met Stan, he turned up at Expo. I went, all right, Keith? Because nobody knows, not many people know him as Keith, because he's Keith Stanley. So me turning around and saying that, he went, shut up, you cunt. But yeah, Stan, he's absolutely lovely blood. He really is.
He is.
He's fucking
It's a good laugh. Really good laugh.
Very talented bloke with his
own. Oh, he's nice.
Yeah, Block, that's who teamed up with my mate, Billy, to make Billy's guitars, Finlayson guitars, go down. So if you look him up, that's my best mate.
I think a lot of Stan's problem with the vape community was everybody started sort of using Stan.
Yep. Let's face it, you just get sick of everybody telling them that you could shave with a Reverie.
Never like that. I never liked that fucking tank.
Nobody liked it.
I've still got one here somewhere.
I never got that.
Oh, just
tell me after, but I don't know who he's talking about. I'm confused.
SW.
Yeah.
Misfits.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, I've
say no more.
Anything about him, right? But I keep getting people saying to me, "Oh, he was this. Oh, he was." Yeah, people keep saying it to me. I'm like, look, for me, that's in the past. That's
right.
I always said I was doing it for one reason. I was doing it because I wanted to help people. That was my thing. That's me. And that's why I'm doing the show I'm doing now.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
See, and this show is just us three having a fucking laugh and taking piss out of each other.
That's pretty much the same on mine, to be fair. It's there's some serious stuff, but a lot of it is sort of having a bit of a laugh, and if people have got problems, having a chat about them and see if we can help people. And
Exactly.
That's all it needs. Half of it is just giving people the option to have someone they can have a chat with, and saying, look, there are options out there where you can talk to somebody and get something done and sorted.
Absolutely.
Yep. Oh no! Back teeth are swimming again. 2 seconds.
Fucking old age is kicking in.
Oh, that's happening well.
No, we're not mentioning that name block.
No. We mentioned it once. I think we got away with it.
Mind you, I'll be really honest, I haven't seen anything of him for a little while. So I hope he is all right. Seriously.
Well, Martin, that's basically what it is. That's why we called it Happy Hour or Not.
It's just being there for mates, If like that's why I do my show. If you've got an issue, come in and say it. If you don't want to talk about it on a live show, which that's fair enough. Talk about it after or whatever.
Absolutely.
It does help sometimes. Yeah. I'm not saying I can give you medical advice. That's not a good idea because it will go horribly wrong.
It's like we've always said. Anybody feeling a bit down and just want to fucking chat shit for a couple of hours, give us a message. We've always got a We've always got a StreamYard that we can open up for you. Well, you know what I mean, look. If you've got any problems, even if we can't help, if you just want to shoot the shit. Any of us are willing to talk to anybody. You know that, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We all talk to Bill, for fuck's sake.
Daily.
The Whitby vampire. Even when he's wearing his fishnets.
I only wonder sometimes when he's sat in that chair with a laptop on his lap, what is below the screen? What is going on below?
Nothing but fishnet.
I've never wondered that. Or when he decides to sort of move the laptop and you get in crotch cam.
It's when he puts it down and gets up and walks towards the camera. Oh, no.
Wait.
Oh, Jesus.
You just managed to scare the entire audience. Well done.
Yeah. Bill, lift the camera up a bit. Bless him.
Oh, Jesus, get some food, block.
You know, yeah.
Must be like 2 in the morning, 2 in the morning for you.
Yeah, I think they're an hour in front, aren't they? A minute.
Christ, now, bite, get some food.
Martin, you'd have nightmares.
We often do.
Holy fuck.
I mean, don't forget, Martin. He lives in Whitby. They have goth weekends. Need we say any more?
He says he doesn't go out on goth weekend.
Oh shit!
Well, he doesn't go out dressed as himself. Put it that way.
Yeah, fingers crossed, bloke. If you do need to chat, just reach out, dude.
Yeah.
We can set a chat up. We can set a private stream up. No problem, dude.
I think that's what he's hoping for, Lisa. To get rammed.
Oh dear. That's why he keeps sitting down gently in his chair.
Yeah. on the donut cushion.
I was just about to say on the pile cushion.
He's got his special cushion.
Oh, block. I can imagine. I've been severely unfit and I just started trying to get myself into shape. You can probably see here. Started cycling. All I done was 2K. My legs could hardly support my weight. And I have to go downstairs to eat. I felt I was going to fall down the stairs because I was like, feeling weak.
Yeah, there was a gym I used to go to, and it were above a shop. Oh, fucking trying to walk down them stairs after leg day. Well, like, oh, fuck. Oh, number of times.
Thanks for the mental imagery there, Block.
I told you we started off in gutter and it's only going to go downhill from there.
The only reason I know it's still there is because I pee so much. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but that's just down to old age.
Yeah, but I can't see it. That's what I'm saying. That's the only reason I know it's still there is because I pee. But I'm hoping, touch wood, going to lose more weight. I've lost about 3 stone since October.
Cool.
Already. Sorry, Lisa. I'll change the subject. Group chat with Brian, you say? Group chat?
Yeah.
Well, nobody's going to get a word in, are they?
That's what I mean. Should that not be just called Brian chat?
Somebody's going to put, "Hi guys, how you doing?" and Brian's going to be off.
Oh, God love him. Where's he been, man?
I don't know. He's still about here and there. I don't think he's put out for a while, actually.
Mm. Don't you dare, Lisa.
Oh, she
You as well. You as well up there. Don't you fucking
them up there. I've sort of covered it up with a red light for you.
It is just out of shot.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I can move the camera up a bit, yeah.
Oh, please don't. I don't need reminded of all the gigs that I've been missing. And that gig that I really wanted to go to and missed. But again, Joey, fucking retire, will you? Fuck's sake.
Right, this is where we go to. It's just over 3.25 hours due to G's technical difficulties.
Sorry.
I think
Blame Canada.
Yeah. I think we'll call it tonight. You guys want to say your goodbyes?
Yep. Well, I've got something in the works. A couple of things. Actually, a few things in the works. Finally. So keep an eye out on the channel.
His guitar tone out.
Yeah. Yeah, the mixes are already starting to sound far better. So just keep your ears out and your eyes on the channel. If you're not subscribed, there's the link there. Here, somewhere. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, Lee. Please subscribe.
Pretty please.
Well, it's been another fun show, that, actually. It's meandered through the brains of three idiots.
Brains.
Yeah, I should be on this weekend. I can't remember how many. I think Bill said it's 50 shows we've done so far.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I'm in quick.
So we should be back on this weekend. Although Craig won't, because he's going away.
He's gallivanting.
No, he's
up his dad, isn't he?
with his dad after he's got to spread those. So I did moan at him about it, but he still insisted on going. So yeah, that's goodbye from me. And Block, if you need any of us, let us know, mate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sending love, dude.
Definitely.
Never easy. Over to you, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've had another good rambling session. We actually talked about some music for the change. Hey, we've done
quite a bit.
Two shows on fucking trotty. What's happening?
You would think we're musicians or something.
No, I'm not. I just go chug.
To be fair, that's all I do as well.
I chug on my twanger. Well, we might as well end it, Gutter. Yeah. Now, thanks for everybody for coming. And and don't forget, Mary loves Dick.